Naruto's Strongest Talent, Chapter 21-40. 21 The Arrival of Jonin in a Megakure Village. By Akamichi Choza, Tatsu resolves a special Jonin in an instant. No, there are also enemy attacks in the rear. The remaining two special Jonin also reacted and both reminded loudly. Instant, the formation of the Omegakures was completely disrupted. Akamichi Choza and Kushina also took the opportunity to use ninjutsu. Akamichi Choza used a chariot to destroy the dead on the battlefield. Kushina even used the strange power taught by Tsunade to shoot each Omegakure directly over a dozen meters. Konoha Village Kid, I'm going to slaughter you. Omegakure's special Jonin had a grim face, and when he saw that Chen had dealt with a special Jonin, he roared and charged towards Chen. Demonic Illusion, Fox's Heart Trick. Chen's Sharingan emerged, and Yuhi's Sharingan made this special Jonin fall into the demonic illusion. Fox Ninjutsu, this is a ninjutsu that changes the surrounding environment, terrain, and puts the enemy in the demonic illusion labyrinth. Chen first controlled a person with demonic illusion, and then shouted, Minato do it. Got it. Futon, Wind Style, Gale Palm. Minato shouted loudly, using Futon, Wind Style, ninjutsu, stretched out his palm, rolled up a strong wind, and burst out air and a fierce shock wave, directly killed the special Jonin who was in demonic illusion. At the same time, Minato thought to himself, Chen is getting more and more powerful, and he has applied most of demonic illusion to the level of perfection. It was just a simple fox trick just now, but it was terrifying to let the special Jonin fall into it. Blink of an eye, the two special Jonin were dealt with by Chen and Minato, and the last special Jonin left in Omegakure turned pale and was frightened. These brats. If the boys in Konoha village have such strength, then this war is a shit. Thinking of this, the special Jonin from Omegakure village took out the flare in the ninja kit without hesitation, and launched the signal decisively. With a bang, a flare shot into the sky, and a cloud of smoke rose. This Omegakure is sending a distress signal, we must quickly resolve the battle. Chen whispered and reminded. Okay, I'll go help Choza and the others. Minato said, and rushed to the battlefield. Chen glanced at Minato's neat movements, and secretly said that Minato was also progressing very quickly, and his strength was now comparable to that of Jonin in particular. Thinking in my heart, Chen's hands kept going, and when he moved, Sharingan used it again. Magic, tree-bound kill. Chen used the demonic illusion to attack. In the fantasy space, the vines rolled up from the ground and wrapped around the special Jonin's body. This special Jonin screamed and was killed by Chen drilling out from above the tree. Far, the three special Jonins of Omegakure village have been killed. Stinky boy, the experience and skills are getting more and more proficient, and the growth is very fast, which surprised the old man. The voice of the Six Paths Immortal sounded in Chen's heart. Generally average. Chen smiled. Chen breathed a sigh of relief and looked at the battlefield again. The other 10 Chunins in Omegakure village have been killed by Akamichi Choza and Kushina, and only the last 3 are still struggling. It seems that it is only a matter of time before winning the battle this time. Chen is still very satisfied with this battle. If Chen and the others attacked head-on just now, I'm afraid they'd really have to stalemate for a while. Fortunately, Akamichi Choza sucked hatred, so they could easily win. It seems that in the future, Choza will be constantly sucking hatred. Chen chuckled. With the last 3 Omegakures left, Chen didn't plan to intervene, so it could be regarded as allowing Kushina and others to gain some practical experience. Boy, there is a ninja approaching rapidly in front. Judging from the strength of chakra, it should be Jonin. Immortal Six Paths reminded. Jonin. Chen remembered that special signal flare from Jonin just now. It seems that the signal flare sent by that guy led Jonin from Omegakure to come here. It's really troublesome. Facing a Jonin, Chen is still a little stressed. Jonin is different from a special Jonin. Hurry up and end the battle, the other side has a Jonin coming. Chen shouted, and the 3 of Kushina moved faster, quickly preparing to deal with the remaining Omegakure. But time has run out. Under Chen's Sharingan, you can also detect a high-intensity chakra approaching quickly. This chakra is very strong, and it seems that the other party is indeed a master. Jonan's strength is not bad in any country, even among the 5 major countries. Soon, I saw a ninja wearing a black ninja uniform and a megakure forehead rushing forward. This ninja has small eyebrows and small eyes, and his appearance looks a bit ugly, but his eyes are extremely fierce and dark, like a beast. The eyes are as sharp. He was dressed in black, was short and ugly, and looked rather odd. It turned out to be a group of little devils from Konoha village, damned little devils. When Jonan, the land of rain, saw that the stronghold was destroyed by Chen and 4 people, and a megakure was almost wiped out, his eyes could shoot fire, and he focused his eyes on Chen 4 people. It's the Jonan, black water ghost, from a megakure village. Namikaze Minato blurted out. Chen nodded, he had heard the name before. Now Konoha is at war with the land of rain. Satatsu and others also know the enemy's situation and know a lot of ninja information in a megakure village. This black water ghost is one of them. The black water ghost is the nickname of Jonan in the megakure village in front of him. He is called the black water ghost because he likes to wear black clothes and looks ugly. Black water ghost Grandmaster Sweden, water style, has good strength, but he often does evil on the borders of the land of rain and the land of fire, so he is known by many people. The person here is actually a black water ghost. I'm in trouble. Chen pondered to himself. Although the black water ghost is notorious, his strength is a genuine Jonan. Konoha's juniors, you dare to kill my subordinates, I'm going to kill you. The black water ghost said with a gloomy smile. In an instant, the black water ghost's figure also moved, quickly hand seal, and released ninjutsu. Be careful, Minato and I meet the enemy together. Chen shouted loudly. Namikaze Minato also had a solemn look on his face, and quickly stepped forward from the battle with other megakures. This black water ghost is not easy to deal with. Sweden, water style, water dragon bullet. The black water ghost roared, the ninjutsu was released, and a water dragon roared and gathered. Dash 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 dash. I just got off the train. This is the first chapter. I ask for all your support. Watermelon starts. 22. What about Kaden, fire style? Ask for everything. Sweden, water style, water dragon bullet. The black water ghost roared, the ninjutsu was released, and a water dragon roared and gathered. Because it is close to the border of the land of rain, there are rivers and water sources everywhere. The black water ghost Sweden, water style, is very handy. The water dragon roars and roars. Chen and Minato. Futon, wind style, Datapa, great breakthrough. Minato spat a whirlwind from his mouth, forming a violent storm that also rushed towards the water dragon bullet. The ninjutsu collided directly, and a sneer appeared on the corner of the black water ghost's mouth. He didn't think the ninjutsu of the 2 teenagers in front of him could be compared with his ninjutsu. As he expected, Minato's futon, wind style, rolled up a whirlwind and blew towards the water dragon bullet. But water dragon bullet came under pressure, and the 2 entangled in midair for a while, and in the end, water dragon bullet had the upper hand. The water dragon roared, and the torrent poured down, turning into a surging flood, rushing towards Chen and others. Kaden, fire style, fierce dragon flame jutsu. Tatsuya hand seal instantly. Fierce dragon flame jutsu, one of the unique Kaden, fire style, of the Uchiha family, B-rank ninjutsu. In the face of Jonan like the black water ghost, Chen did not rashly use demonic illusion. Demonic illusion generally has obvious effects on ninjas with lower strength than himself, but if used by ninjas stronger than himself, it may be counterattacked by demonic illusion. Chen chose fierce dragon flame jutsu to deal with the black water ghost. The scorching heat in the air rushed towards the face, a fire long yi was condensed and formed, the chakra erupted, the fire dragon roared fiercely, the heat in the air evaporated, and the flames rose up, as if even the air could burn, so that the air was scorched. Twisted. Fierce dragon flame jutsu versus water dragon bullet. 1 water and 1 fire. 2 dragons roared and intertwined. It happened that Minato's futon wind style could not resist the water dragon bullet, but it was also weakened by the water dragon bullet, which made Chen's futon wind style more powerful. When there was room to play, a burst of white steam emerged, and the two ninjutsu were almost evenly divided. HMPH, the two boys still have some skills, but it's a pity. Suiton water style is the nemesis of Kaden fire style. You guys are sure to lose. The black water ghost was slightly surprised by Chen and Minato's strength, especially Chen has already enough to threaten him. He can see that Chen's strength is very good, but Chen uses Kaden fire style and was naturally restrained by Suiton water style, which gives him an obvious advantage. Boy, why do you use Kaden fire style instead of Raiden thunder style? The Six Paths Immortal is a bit strange. Chen knows the powerful Raiden thunder style ninjutsu like Chidori, but this boy doesn't use it, instead he uses it Kaden fire style. Chen didn't answer. His mind changed quickly. If you rashly reveal the fact that you know Raiden thunder style, I am afraid that it will cause the vigilance of the black water ghost. Facing the black water ghost, perhaps he only has the best time, so he must seize it. Chen became more and more calm, and suddenly commanded Minato, "Minato, you first resist this guy's attack and cover me." "Chen, are you sure? The other party is Jonin." Minato bit Kiba and said, "Now he is absolutely at a critical juncture. Just listen to me." Chen narrowed his eyes. Wasn't it Jonin? He really couldn't believe it. Minato bit Kiba and chose to believe Chen, rushing up to resist the attack of the black water ghost. The black water ghost is a little strange. What is the idea of Chen? And he is secretly vigilant in his heart, and secretly asks, does this kid have a powerful ninjutsu that needs time to prepare? Thinking of this, the black water ghost is also secretly guarding, ready to use ninjutsu to defend at any time. While thinking about it, the attack of the black water ghost didn't stop, and it attacked Minato fiercely. "Chen, are you okay? I can't take it anymore," Minato exclaimed. At this time, Kushina and Akamichi Choza finally solved the other Omegakers and were ready to come to support. And Chen is successively hand-seal. It seems that he is preparing a complex ninjutsu. "It's done, Minato, get out of the way," Chen shouted, and then hand-seal said, "Kaden fire style." Kaden fire style. The black water ghost was a little relieved. It seems that this young man only knows Kaden fire style. No matter how powerful Kaden fire style is, it is still not the same as being restrained by Suiton water style. Thinking of this, the black water ghost also quickly hand-seal said, "Suiton water style water formation wall." I only saw a circular water wall formed around the black water ghost, surrounding him for defense. The black water ghost is secretly proud of himself. This water formation wall is also the Suiton water style ninjutsu that he is good at, and it is not a problem to resist the general Kaden fire style. But then I saw a group of thunder light emerging from Chen's palm, and the high cohesion thunder attribute chakra burst out, visible to the naked eye, forming a blue electric light. Chidori. Chen's figure flashed, and he rushed forward. Chidori rolled up countless thunder and lightning, making a chirping sound, and the thunder was densely covered and blasted out. Chidori directly broke through the defense of the water formation wall with a strong penetrating ability, and stabbed the black water ghost's body. Lightning flashed, blood spurted out, and the black water ghost stumbled and rolled back while clutching his shoulders. Then, his eyes were full of astonishment and surprise, glaring at Chen. Just now, he used the ninjutsu water formation wall to resist Chen's Kaden fire style, but who knew that Chen didn't use Kaden fire style at all, but Raiden thunder style. About Kaden fire style. With an innocent look on his face corresponding to the black water ghost's glares, Chen smiled maliciously. "I'm sorry, I just shouted and said Raiden thunder style to Kaden fire style." PFF, the black water ghost was so angry that he vomited a mouthful of blood. Where can't the black water ghost see it? This kid is clearly doing it on purpose. Ha ha. Kushina and Akamichi Choza were dealing with other Omegakers, and seeing this scene with Namikaze Minato, they were holding their stomachs and almost twitched with laughter. Ha ha, The poor country of rain, Jonan, has been pitted by Chen. That's right, from the very beginning when he met the Blackwater Ghost, Chen made up his mind to confuse the other party with Kaden, fire style first. When the Blackwater Ghost's impression of Chen stated, only Kaden, fire style, Chen unexpectedly used Chidori and got almost perfect results. If it hadn't been for the Blackwater Ghost to escape the key point quickly at the last minute, I'm afraid it would have been killed directly by Chen's Chidori. Now the Blackwater Ghost has been severely injured by Chen. Although he is not dead, he is also seriously injured and his strength is greatly damaged. The Blackwater Ghost looked ugly, he was seriously injured now, and the four of them were preparing to surround him, making it difficult for him to escape. Dash 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 dash. The second update, Ask for All Support, Collection, Flowers, Reward tilde tilde tilde. 23 The old man in 6 paths taught me how to escape. Ask for a reward. He Shui Gui secretly felt that something was wrong. He was seriously injured, and the young man in front of him was very difficult to deal with, and his strength was not much weaker than him, which made He Shui Gui both startled and surprised. When did such a genius appear among the descendants of Konoha village? This battle, he was completely calculated by the young man in front of him, and he did not take any advantage from the beginning to the end, and now it is even more fierce. Blackwater Ghost, it seems that this is your burial place. Chen said. Although Chen said so, but he was not careless, and prepared to ambush the Blackwater Ghost. Although the Blackwater Ghost was hit hard, he was a famous Jonin anyway, and Chen did not despise him. Hey, boy, you are really powerful, but it's not that easy to kill me. The Blackwater Ghost shouted, blinking. Shunjutsu is a kind of advanced ninjutsu that can achieve teleportation. However, the instant body technique will cause a lot of burden on the body, and generally at least Jonin is required to use it. And even in Jonin, the teleportation technique is not very common. Chen Yi was stunned, he didn't expect that the Blackwater Ghost would actually be able to do the teleportation technique. In the blink of an eye, I saw the Blackwater Ghost escape dozens of meters away with a flash, and at the same time came the dark voice of the Blackwater Ghost. Konoha kid, what's your name? HMPH, you are lucky this time, just wait, this uncle will definitely kill you. Chenyan saw the Blackwater Ghost fleeing, unable to catch up with him at all, and blurted out, my name is Namikaze Minato. Come and kill me if you have the ability. Namikaze Minato, I remember it. The Blackwater Ghost put down his harsh words, fled quickly, and disappeared quickly. PFF'd. Seeing the Blackwater Ghost escape, and hearing Chen's words again, Akamichi Choza couldn't help laughing out loud. Chen actually reported Minato's name without hesitation. Namikaze Minato also looked at Chen with a helpless expression, not knowing whether to laugh or cry. Chen, are you really doing this well? Chen Dao, slip of the tongue and slip of the tongue, and it went smoothly for a while. Namikaze Minato looked at Chen speechlessly, with a, who believes in you, expression. I didn't expect that the Blackwater Ghost would still be able to use the instant body technique. It's a pity for him to escape. However, he is seriously injured now. Even if he can escape, his strength will definitely be greatly damaged, which is nothing to worry about. Chen changed the topic. Both Kushina and Akamichi Choza nodded slightly. This time, thanks to Chen's timely response, the Blackwater Ghost was hit hard. Chen's performance just now was not chaotic in the face of danger, and he was even more witty and nimble at the critical moment, otherwise their team of 4 would suffer this time. Seeing everyone's relieved look, Chen reminded, don't relax too much, this is near the battlefield. The Blackwater Ghost has been famous in Omegakure for many years, and he must know other Omegakure Jonin. If he finds help to hunt us down, that's fine. It's going to be trouble. So we'd better leave as soon as possible. Kushina and the others nodded when they heard it. Chen's consideration was very thoughtful. A faint splendor flashed in Kushina, star eyes. Being by Chen's side made Kushina feel full of security. Kushina couldn't help but focus on Chen's body. "Let's get out of here first," Chen said. Chen and the others hurriedly evacuate. Chen was on his way. He communicated with the Six Paths Immortal. "Old man, I'm still struggling to face Jonin. The brat wants me to teach you ninjutsu again." Six Paths saw through Chen's thoughts at a glance. Chen didn't look at Yuhi in the slightest. "Old man, is there any ninjutsu similar to Shunshu? If I master Shunshu, the black water ghost will definitely not be able to escape this time." Chen was very envious after seeing Shunshu, asked immediately. "Chen's Chidori is powerful enough to kill Jonin. Jonin is not a fool, and he will not stand like a stake for you to kill." The black water ghost avoided the key at the last moment. "Actually, there is. I have a powerful body snap technique here." The Six Paths Immortal deliberately lengthened his tone to attract Chen's attention. "What ninjutsu?" Chen's spirit was lifted. "It's Yongdun. There is an instant body technique in Yongdun, called Yongdun, instant body." Chen was suddenly pleasantly surprised. "Old man, didn't you say that I wasn't strong enough before, so I couldn't learn yin-yang escape?" Chen was surprised and had some doubts, so he couldn't help asking. The Six Paths old man actually planned to teach him how to escape. "It's almost there. Your current strength is close to that of Jonin, and you can already learn a small number of yin and yang escape ninjutsu." Six Paths Immortal said. "This yang escape telekinesis is a high-level telekinesis, which is more advanced than ordinary ones. The instant body technique is more advantageous. The moving distance and speed are several times that of the ordinary body instant technique." Quote. Hearing what Immortal Six Paths said, Chen's eyes suddenly lit up. Chen also knew that there were actually many types of body blinking techniques. And this Yongdang Shun Shushu, listening to the Six Paths Immortal, said it is very powerful. "Yin-yang escape is one of the ninjutsu I am best at. The power of yin and yang is also the most wonderful power in this world, containing thousands of changes and incomparably mysterious. Your Sharingan is actually the power of yin escape in essence, and the first generation of Konoha Hokage Senju Hashirama's Mokuden wood style is actually the power of yang." Six Paths Immortal explained eloquently. Chen was fascinated and nodded. In fact, it is also vaguely said in the original work that the shadow secret arts of the Uchiha family's Sharingan and Nara family are all the use of the power of the shadow. Ninjutsu such as Mokuden wood style is the use of Yangdun. Six Paths Immortal said. "It's easy to become a preliminary master in Yin-Yang Dungeon, but it is difficult to become a Grand Master. However, learning one or two Yin-Yang Dungeon ninjutsu alone is not a big problem for you now. Next, I will teach you how to use it. You listen up." Chen listened carefully to the Six Paths explanation, and kept demonstrating it in his heart. Fortunately, the hand seal of Yongdun Shunjutsu is not complicated. Chen himself is a ninjutsu genius, and he learned it faster. "Chen, although the Yongdun Shunshishu is strong, it also has limitations. With your current strength, your body can only use the Shunshishu 3 times a day at most, otherwise your body is likely to be burdened," said Immortal Six Paths. Understood. Chen nodded seriously, but he couldn't wait in his heart. Master has mastered the Yongdun Shunshu technique, and Chen really wanted to find a Jonin to try it out to verify his current strength. Chen and the Six Paths old man finished their communication, but saw that the sky was completely dark. The 4 of them rushed back to Konoha village all the way, but they didn't walk too far. The reason was very simple. They had experienced a big battle just now, and the 4 of them were also at a loss. "Let's settle down first and rest for a while," Chen said. "Well, okay, I've been exhausted for a long time." Akamichi Choza nodded again and again. He was panting as he dragged his chubby body. Kushina and Minato were also a little tired. "Then rest first." Chen nodded. Dash 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 dash. In the original book, there is basically no mention of yin and yang escape, so I can only create it myself. This young escape instant body technique is somewhat similar to the instant body technique used by Naruto in EPUB, Nine Tails Chakra Mode. Well, that's it. Ask for rewards. 24 Are your parents thieves? The first update in the morning, ask for everything. Everyone rested in place. Choza took out military ration pills and distributed them to everyone. Chen said. The military ration pills secretly made by the Akamichi family are famous in the ninja world. Akamichi Choza also has a lot of military ration pills on his body, and he immediately distributed them to the three of them. Chen ate a military ration pill, and also felt that the chakra in the body was slowly recovering, and the feeling of exhaustion subsided. Chen looked at Akamichi Choza, Kushina, and Minato. Minato was fine, but Akamichi Choza and Kushina were slightly weak, especially Akamichi Choza. After the previous battle and the continuous journey, the four of Chen hardly rested. Akamichi Choza was the weakest among the four, so he couldn't support it. Let's take a rest, 2 people will keep watch, 2 people will rest, and take turns to execute. Chen said. The 3 of Minato nodded, obeying Chen's assignment. Chen, do you want me to join you for a night watch? Akamichi Choza approached, his fat body blocking Chen's face, and said enthusiastically. Chen curled his lips and said, you better go to sleep, don't run around. Chen rolled his eyes and scared Akamichi Choza with a mysterious nonsense. I heard that there is a mysterious and very scary cannibal race in the land of rain. Chen's words attracted attention, and the 3 Akamichi Choza all looked at Chen, but they couldn't figure it out in their hearts. I have never heard of cannibals in the land of rain. I heard that there is a group of powerful cannibals in the land of rain. They are powerful and savage-like beasts. They often haunt at night, and they like to catch some fat people who don't sleep. Hey, it seems like something is wrong. Hearing Tatsu's words, Akamichi Choza suddenly felt like something was wrong. Chen smiled maliciously. So Choza, you better hurry up and sleep. I heard that the cannibals in the land of rain grabbed those white and fat little fat people, then peeled them off, fried them directly, put them in, take one bite at a time, and when you bite into it, it's crunchy, and it doesn't touch the pepper. If you don't sleep, you will end up badly. Ha ha. Seeing Chen use words getting more and more outrageous, and looking at Chen Huan's expression, Kushina and the 3 of them still didn't understand that Chen was deliberately joking with Akamichi Choza. Akamichi Choza immediately collapsed when Chen said this, screamed, and hid in the corner with a look of resentment and drew circles. Akamichi Choza murmured in his mouth, I want to lose weight, lose weight. Ha ha. Kushina covered her stomach with a smile. Chen was really bad. Don't mind Choza, I'm just joking. You and Minato have a rest first, Kushina and I will watch the night, and we'll take turns in the middle of the night. Back in Konoha, I'll treat you to yakiniku. Chen patted Akamichi Choza on the shoulder. Okay, I got it. Akamichi Choza heard the barbecue, and suddenly he didn't know where to throw his weight loss, and immediately fell to the ground and started to sleep. Chen was a little speechless. As expected of the Akamichi family, they are all foodies. Then I'm resting too. Minato also slept. Under the dark night sky, only Tatsu and Kushina were left. On this battlefield, the tense and chilling atmosphere disappeared, and Chen and Kushina stood together, but they felt a little charming. Since the last time Tatsu rescued Kushina from the Kumogakure village ninja, the relationship between the two has gradually become closer. What's more, the two are members of the same team, often completing tasks together, and they have long been tacit understanding of each other. Of course Chen also likes Kushina. The girl in front of her is brave and kind, and she is also strong and stubborn, but Chen sees it in her eyes. Chen, shall we go there for a walk? Kushina looked at Chen with a pair of eyes. Yuhi smiled slightly, clenched her fist secretly, and summoned her courage. Boy, it seems that this little girl is really interested in you. The voice of the 6 Paths Immortal sounded in Chen's heart with a bit of playfulness. Old man, don't come out all of a sudden. Chen was very dissatisfied. Stinky boy, I don't respect teachers at all, I think I was. The old man of six paths started to preach again, but found that Chen had cut off his contact with him suddenly, and suddenly he was blowing his beard and staring, and he accidentally accepted his disciples. What? Chen has already used the Master Six Paths Fairy Boarding Ring, which can cut off the connection with six paths, block six paths directly, and lock him in a small dark room. With Kushina, Chen doesn't want this six paths fairy to come out and make a bad scene. Facing Kushina's invitation, of course Chen would not refuse, saying, "Well, the moonlight is not bad tonight." The moonlight was bright and bright, covering the earth with a faint silver color. As the saying goes, the beauty under the moon, Kushina is standing beside Chen. Under the moonlight, a pair of smart star eyes are brighter and brighter, and her face is slightly dizzy. Kushina's body has gradually opened, and her appearance is slim, her skin is whiter than milk, and her figure is also highlighted, which is addicting and intoxicating. Of course, what caught Chen's attention the most was Kushina's pair of star eyes, bright and clear. Kushina was stared at by Chen, slightly unnatural. Chen suddenly said, "Kushina, are your parents thieves?" Ah, Kushina didn't know why, and looked at Chen angrily, pouting. What did this guy say? The good atmosphere was destroyed by him. Chen's next sentence made Kushina both ashamed and happy. If your parents weren't thieves, how could they steal the stars from the sky for your eyes? Chen smiled. Sentence made Kushina's face Yuhi extremely moist, and her eyes became brighter and brighter, really like a star. The woman is the one who pleases herself. Hearing Chen's words makes Kushina's heart thump, and she doesn't know what it's like, joy, shyness. All kinds of feelings converge. Chen smiled in his heart, and the dizzy look on Kushina's face Yuhi fell into Chen's eyes, and inexplicably remembered a poem, which was the most realistic portrayal in front of him. Most is the gentleness that bows his head, like a water lotus that can't beat the cool breeze. Shy. Chen suddenly stepped forward and took the initiative to hold Kushina's little hand. The wrist is slender, soft and boneless, and extremely delicate, making Chen's heart move. On the other hand, Kushina lowered her head shyly, and even the tips of her ears were slightly Yuhi. Dash 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 dash. The first chapter in the early morning, for the sake of my hard coding, I ask for everything tilde 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 thank you for the flowers and rewards that have been working hard tilde. 25 is the fat brother who saw through it first. Second, as a reward. Holding Kushina's little hand and looking at the beautiful scenery in front of her, Chen felt that Kushina was much more beautiful than the moonlight. Kushina lowered her head slightly, Yuhi dizziness appeared on her face, and it spread to the tip of her ears, and her pair of star eyes didn't even dare to look at Chen, whereas they're a little pepper on weekdays. The beauty under the moon makes Chen feel extraordinarily beautiful. The beautiful scenery in front of me is difficult to describe with any adjective, and a wonderful mood is in Chen's heart. Chen couldn't help clenching Kushina's little hand even tighter, and Kushina let out a soft whimper. "Ah, I'm sorry," Chen said quickly. It's okay, it's okay. Kushina Yuhi said with a small face and a small voice. Seeing that Kushina doesn't mind at all, and even the joy in her heart is mostly, she is not at all disgusted with being so close to Hecken. Kushina, you are also getting better and better. Chen sighed. Kushina is also progressing very fast, and his strength is second only to Chen and Minato among the younger generation. Uzumaki's chakra and talent are indeed unique. Hearing this, Kushina raised her snow-white face, feeling a little joyful, and suddenly pouted. You have made more progress, and you can fight Jonin. I was just taking advantage of it before, but now there is hope. Chen smiled, and the Six Paths Immortal taught him the Young Escape Shuttle technique, which made Chen's strength to a higher level. Chen is now eager to try and challenge Jonin. I will also work hard. Kushina waved a small fist and said with a serious face. She is not a weak personality, she has long made up her mind to catch up with Chen's pace. Chen smiled and nodded, he also believed in Kushina. Kushina is the Jinchuriki column force of Kyuubi, 9 tails, in the original work, and his strength should be beyond doubt. Of course, now that Chen has regarded Kushina as his own woman, he will definitely not let Kushina fall to that tragic fate again. However, if you want to change the fate of Kushina, you must have a strong strength, and it is possible to change the decision of the high-level officials of Konoha village. Now that Kushina has not yet become a Kyuubi, 9 tails Jinchuriki column force, there is still hope for everything. Chen thought secretly in his heart. What are you thinking? Kushina was a little curious and stepped forward, approaching Chen. I was thinking about whether it is possible to find a Megakure to hunt us down after the black water ghost escaped. Chen smiled, not telling the truth, so as not to put pressure on Kushina. When Kushina heard it, her expression became a little serious. Don't worry, it'll be alright, I'm still thinking of him. Chen couldn't wait to try the power of the Yongdun Shunshu. Well, I believe you. Kushina nodded without hesitation. Chen smiled and pulled Kushina's little hand tightly. The two held hands and chatted for a while, but Chen didn't do any more action. First, it was not the occasion for flirting, and secondly, it was a long time coming to Japan, and Chen was not in a hurry. After chatting for a while, Chen and Kushina returned to the same place together, and Chen also took the opportunity to unlock the little black house of the 6 Paths Immortal. Stinky boy, you really don't respect the teacher, old man. The 6 Paths Immortal urchin was long-winded for a while, but Chen ignored it directly. With the old man 6 paths for a long time, Chen realized that this old man is really quite individual. Anyway, the relationship between the two of them is very close, and Chen is too lazy to be polite to 6 paths. Chen and Kushina came back. They saw Akamichi Choza, who was supposed to be sleeping, get up, and looked at Chen and Kushina up and down with bright eyes, very 8 trigrams. Chen, Kushina, what did you guys just do? Akamichi Choza's face was full of 8 trigrams expressions. Kushina's face turned to Yuhi, and Akamichi Choza glared at him. I want you to take care of it. Chen was very calm. We just checked around casually, what's wrong? Pretend, keep pretending. However, Akamichi Choza had a face of disbelief, with wisdom in his small eyes. You thought how well you covered up, I already found out, Choza, don't talk nonsense. Chen instinctively wanted to defend. Akamichi Choza gave Chen a thumbs up with an, I understand, expression. Don't worry, I will keep it a secret, I promise that only I know. Chen was speechless, while Kushina glared at Akamichi Choza in embarrassment. Hey, I found that I'm getting more and more powerful recently, and nothing can escape my eyes. Akamichi Choza was very satisfied with Chen and Kushina's reaction, and he just closed it when he saw it. Brother first saw through everything. Okay, it's you and Minato's vigil, Kushina and I are going to rest. Chen said. Akamichi Choza immediately nodded like a chicken pecking rice, woke Minato, and took turns to keep vigil. Chen and Kushina rested for 2 hours, they finally recovered a lot of energy and were ready to travel again. We're on our way at full speed, and it only takes about 3 hours to get back to the village. Chen said. Now they are in the land of fire, but they are not safe enough. Only when they return to the village can they truly be considered safe. All 3 of Kushina nodded. Kid, I feel 2 chakras, one of them should be the Omegakure named Black Water Ghost. Immortal 6 Paths suddenly reminded at this time. The reminder of the 6 Paths Immortal made Chen suddenly alert. What's wrong, Chen? Minato asked immediately, sensing Chen's expression. Chen solemnly said, it seems that the Black Water Ghost is really chasing him, and he is not alone. What? The 3 of Minato's expressions suddenly became solemn, and they all looked at Chen, waiting for Chen to give orders. Chen said, be prepared for battle, this battle will be very difficult. All 3 nodded their heads. The atmosphere in the air solidified, almost suffocating. dash 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 dash. The second update is here. I ask for all support. The new book needs everyone's help. I as a reward, and I definitely don't mean to be a black little fat man. And I have several good friends who are little fat men. 26 Meet a Megakure again, bloody battle. Air really seemed to freeze. Minato and the three were a little solemn, while Chen was serious and excited. Having learned the Yongdun Shunshu technique, Chen really wants to measure how far he has reached. And the best way to measure is a bloody battle. Chen's Sharingan is turned on, the two Tomo are clearly displayed, and the enemy's traces are found. The outline of the other party's chakra is clearly visible, and one of them is the Black Water Ghost. The Black Water Ghost seemed to be much better, but his left arm was abolished by Chen's Chidori, and his fighting power was greatly damaged. Namikaze Minato, I finally found you guys, but this uncle had a hard time finding them. Hei Shuigui shouted at Chen with a murderous first sentence. But he couldn't help making Namikaze Minato's mouth twitch. It was Chen who used his name. It turned out that the Black Water Ghost actually believed it, and the Black Water Ghost was really miserable. Black Water Ghost is also surrounded by a Jonin with an Megakure forehead guard. This Jonin is burly, about 1.9 meters tall, wearing a mask, and only his eyes are exposed, which looks very mysterious. Old Hey, it's these little devils who seriously injured you. You are really going back to life now, even this little devil can't win. A Megakure, who was wearing a mask, snorted coldly, and said with a bit of schadenfreude. Lord Bai Yan, be careful, this kid is very slick. Although the Black Water Ghost was ridiculed for a while, he respectfully explained, this kid deceived me before and seriously injured me. HMPH, it's a shame for a mere kid to be afraid of you like this. Bai Yan sneered disdainfully, and turned to look at the four of them. At this time, in order to hide his identity, Chen decided to cancel Sharingan, but the two Megakures did not find any flaws. The Black Water Ghost seems to be a little afraid of this Megakure named Bai Yan. It seems that this Bai Yan is also a powerful character in Jonin. Facing Bai Yan's sneer, the Haishui Ghost did not dare to refute, but said to the four of them viciously, Boy, I said that I will definitely kill you. You can't escape. My Grandmaster tracking technique can be easily determined by smell catch you. It was only then that Chen suddenly realized that he was still a little confused about how the Black Water Ghost caught up. It turned out to be because of the Black Water Ghost's Grandmaster tracking technique. The Black Water Ghost seemed to regard the four of them as their upcoming prey, and proudly showed off. This time, I am not the only one chasing you, and Lord Baiyan, he is the famous Jonin of our Megakure village. Jonin who is stronger than me. Quote. Chen frowned, it seems that this Megakure named Bai Yan is not easy to deal with. Minato, you will deal with the Black Water Ghosts later, leave that white rock to me. Chen thought for a while and said in a low voice. Kushina worried, Chen, are you going to deal with this Megakure Jonin alone? Don't worry, I'm sure. Chen whispered, in the battle between Jonin, if Choza and others intervene rashly, it may have the opposite effect, so Chen intends to face a Megakure Shirai alone. Exactly, you can also see how far you have achieved. A Megakure named Bai Yan sneered, glanced at Chen with some contempt, and said, I'll kill this kid first, and then I'll kill you all. While talking, Bai Yan hand seal, sweetened water style, great waterfall technique. The chakra burst out, the surrounding air gathered, the air became moist, gurgling water Izumi appeared on the ground, and then continued to spurt, and finally formed a torrent. Towards the four of them galloping towards Chen. Damn, it's A-rank ninjutsu. Akamichi Choza was startled. The opponent was worthy of being a famous Jonin from a Megakure village, and he used A-rank ninjutsu as soon as he came up. The water flow of the great waterfall technique swept in, like a flash flood, and the water flow swept over, devouring everything like a giant beast. Fortunately, the four of them noticed the danger as early as Baiyan hand seal, and they all jumped on the trees, escaping between the trees one after another, thus avoiding the power of this great waterfall technique. However, despite this, the surrounding area was also shaken by the mountains, and the trees were toppled and scattered, and they were washed away by the flood. Just relying on this great waterfall technique, it can be seen that Bai Yan is indeed more powerful than Black Water Ghost. Humph. Still want to run? There is water around now, I'll see where you're going. Bai Yan also had plans for a long time. He just released the Great Waterfall technique and didn't expect to kill Chen and others directly, but planned to use the Great Waterfall technique. Making water and then using the sweeten water style will be much more powerful, just for Chen. Chen also understands this. This Bai Yan is really not easy to deal with. But of course he won't sit still. Double Tomo Sharingan Show, Fast Hand Seal, Kaden Fire Style, Impatience Claw Fire. Chen used Kaden Fire Style, the Impatience Flower Claw Fire as B-level Kaden Fire Style, and Uchiha Ferret has also used it in the original book, which is an upgraded version of Phoenix Sage Fire technique. This ninjutsu uses the Phoenix Sage Fire technique and attaches the flame to the flying shuriken, making the shuriken mixed with the scorching high temperature to attack the white rock-like balsam flowers scattered all over the sky. The flame bursts and whistles, breaking the air. And go. HMPH, it's just Kaden Fire Style. When Bai Yan saw Chen using Kaden Fire Style, he looked disdainful. In his opinion, Kaden Fire Style was not a threat. Sweeten Water Style, Water Dragon Bullet. Bai Yan used the Water Dragon Bullet. A water dragon emerged from the bottom of the water, roaring and hitting the Impatience Claw Fire towards Chen. I only saw that when it collided with the Water Dragon Bullet, the flame of Chen Kaden Fire Style suddenly went out. A smug smile appeared on Bai Yan's face, but when he was smug, he saw that although Kaden's Fire Style flame was extinguished, the shuriken in the fire technique of the Impatience Flower Claws did not stop, moving towards Bai Yan. Rush. Chen's superb shuriken technique was shown again. Chakras was attached to the shuriken, drawing a strange arc, all of which blocked Bai Yan's retreat and attacked him. Substitute. Bai Yan was so frightened by this shuriken technique that he hurriedly used the substitute, and with a bang, it turned into a cloud of smoke, leaving only a piece of wood in place. Bai Yan, who had survived the disaster, breathed a sigh of relief. He didn't expect that Chen's attack from Kaden Fire Style was also mixed with shuriken techniques. Bai Yan looked at Chen, and he no longer looked down on him. His eyes gradually became fierce. This kid actually made him so embarrassed. He must leave a lesson to this kid that he will never forget. Dash 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 dash. Ask for collection. Ask for everything. 27 One person kills Jonan. The first update in the morning. Ask for everything. Boy, you're really cunning, but that's the end of it. Bai Yan remembered that he still had lingering fears about the shuriken technique just now, glared at Chen viciously, and said with a wicked smile, "Today is your day of death." While talking, Bai Yan actually rushed forward, ready to use melee combat to solve Chen. Bai Yan has completely lost his contempt for Chen, and the three Minato over there have also held back the Haishui ghost. After all, the Black Water Ghost was injured by Chen, and his fighting power is seriously insufficient, and it is still a little difficult to face the three Minatos. Bai Yan's weapon is a long sword. He is stomping fast, and in a few breaths, he has already approached Chen, and he slashed out, Moonlight Triple Slash. Very Grandmaster. Bai Yan chose melee combat, which surprised Chen. His knife was as fast as electricity, and he slashed towards Chen with a 10,000 force. Bai Yan was very confident in the power of this blow. This kid is so powerful in ninjutsu, he won't even be able to fight Grandmaster Taijutsu, can he melee him? The fact is, as Bai Yan thought, his knife was indeed cut along Chen. But the result surprised him. Quack, quack, quack. The crows scattered around, Chen's body disappeared and turned into a large group of crows. After the crows were scattered, they gathered again on the treetops in the distance, and Chen's figure was displayed again. Demonic illusion. Bai Yan was shocked. This kid is actually a demonic illusion expert. Bai Yan's scalp went numb for a while, and when he looked up, he saw a bloody Yuhi color in Chen's eyes. It was Sharingan. This is Sharingan, damn, that idiot of the Black Water Ghost. You are not Namikaze Minato at all, you are from the Uchiha family. Bai Yan was shocked and angry. I found out now, it's too late. Chen said lightly. Sharingan looked at Bai Yan. Although Sharingan's insight is not as good as Byakugan's, it is also a top-notch existence. With Sharingan's insight, Chen can see through Bai Yan's movements. Even if Bai Yan uses a sword technique, Chen can handle it. Bai Yan was in a state of consternation. Bai Yan never expected that Chen would be so powerful and would have Sharingan. But soon, Bai Yan also calmed down. After all, he is also a Jonin, and his mind is mature. Bai Yan showed a murderous intent and said, you are actually from the Uchiha family, and you have already started Sharingan at a young age, so you must be a famous genius in the Uchiha family. It's just that, as long as I can kill you, Hanzo the adults will definitely remember my credit. This kind of feeling of killing genius is also enjoyable. Moonlight // Bai Yan shouted. His figure flashed suddenly, and he appeared behind Chen in an instant, and then he slashed down with a sharp knife, swiftly like the wind, like a thunderbolt, and slashed towards Chen. Bang! With a loud noise, the tree that Chen was standing on was directly chopped into powder by the knife. Quack, quack, quack. But Chen's figure once again turned into countless crows and scattered, easily dodging the blow. Crow clone again. Bai Yan's eyes widened. How come, he was dodged again? There was a smile on the corner of Chen's mouth. The ninjutsu of crow clone is really practical. Bai Yan's heart gradually showed a little unease. This kid is really weird. What kind of demonic illusion is that crow just now? He has never seen it before. Demonic illusion of the Uchiha family is so powerful. Damn, this kid seems really unusual. Bai Yan gradually appeared a little anxious, and attacked Chen three after another, but Chen easily escaped each time, which made him gradually restless in his heart. The crows gathered, and Chen's figure appeared on another tree. Although he currently had the upper hand, Chen didn't have any intention of despising Bai Yan. Bai Yan is worthy of being Jonin. If it wasn't for him to use the crow clone one after another, he would have been solved by Bai Yan long ago. Chen squinted his eyes, and finally used his trump card. Yangdun, instant body art. I only saw Chen's figure move, leaving an afterimage on the spot, and the body moved without warning, and actually appeared directly behind Bai Yan. Bai Yan's whole body suddenly stood up, and he only felt that his limbs and Mukuro became extremely cold, and there was only one thought in his heart, blinking, this kid is actually a grandmaster. The ninjutsu he has learned, this kid actually knows how to do body shine. What kind of little monster is this? Chidori. Chen's palm spread blue lightning, and the visible chakra condensation directly locked Bai Yan. Through Sharingan's cooperation, Chen was able to capture every detail of Bai Yan's physical activity. Chen came to Bai Yan's back in an instant through the telekinesis technique, which made Bai Yan extremely surprised. Not only was this kid a grandmaster telekinesis technique, but his telekinesis technique seemed to move a long distance, and the speed was faster than ordinary telekinesis techniques. Bai Yan didn't have time to think about it, and quickly reacted in a hurry. The long knife in his hand swept away, and he also slashed towards Chen. Facing the swipe of the blade, Chen Yi bit Kiba. Instead of retreating, he advanced. He just saw the trajectory of the long blade clearly through Sharingan, and then turned to one side to avoid the vital part. With the same hand, the Chidori in Chen's hand is facing Bai Yan's abdomen and slams through it. The powerful impact penetrated Bai Yan's abdomen. Bai Yan seemed to lose consciousness in an instant, spit out a mouthful of blood, clearly felt the loss of vitality in his body, his pupils were slack, and finally fell softly to the ground. Bai Yan is finally dead. Just one person, Chen killed a Jonin from a Megakure village. Chen also breathed a sigh of relief. He was hit by Bai Yan's last knife, and barely escaped the key point by relying on Sharingan, but he was also injured. Chen's shoulder was cut, and a deep blood stain spread out. It's not easy to finally kill this Jonin. Chen muttered to himself. Boy, you've done a good job. It's not easy to use the instant body technique just now. Immortal Six Paths praised Jonin just now, and made a full shot. After this battle, Chen also felt that he had made sufficient progress. Perhaps it was this battle between life and death that inspired his potential. Suddenly, Chen only felt a scorching heat from Sharingan, and Sharingan seemed to have changed and became stronger. It's grown up, boy, congratulations on your Sharingan Santomo. The voice of the Six Paths sage came. Dash 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 dash. 3 Tomo tilde. The first update in the morning. Ask for all support, flowers, rewards. Tilde watermelon thanks. It's been a bit busy these days, so I'll start the third shift for now, and it will explode later tilde. 28 3 Tomo Sharingan, future plans. Flowers, reward. 3 Tomo Sharingan. Chen's Sharingan finally turned on 3 Tomo. Chen is only 9 years old this year, but he has already opened 3 Tomo, which is unique in the history of the Uchiha family. 3 Tomo's Sharingan gave Chen a completely different feeling. 3 Tomo, finally opened. Chen exhaled lightly, feeling extremely comfortable. Sharingan 3 Tomo is already a mature form of Sharingan. Its power is better than 2 Tomo, can see through the opponent's subtle movements, hand seal, and can cast a higher level demonic illusion. In a word, 3 Tomo's Sharingan is already the strongest state of ordinary Sharingan. On top of that, that's Mangekyo Sharingan. Old man, you're right, you really grow up the fastest in battle. Chen said a lot with a slight smile on the corner of his mouth, and said softly. Of course, but your kid is also amazing. You've already reached 3 Tomo in a short period of time, and you've grown very fast. The Six Paths Immortal sighed with emotion. It really deserves to be my disciple. At the end, the Six Paths Immortal has already is somewhat proud. Chen Bai glanced at the old Six Paths man, ignoring the words behind him. Boy, you have also started 3 Tomo Sharingan now, and your strength is gradually getting stronger. What do you plan to do in the future? Six Paths Immortal asked. Future plans. A sentence from the Six Paths Immortal made Chen fall into contemplation. Chen actually had plans for his future for a long time. He has the guidance of the Six Paths Immortal, and he also has a high talent. It is not difficult to achieve a career in the ninja world. However, what really worries Chen is the future of the Uchiha family. Whether it was at the beginning of Konoha's establishment or in the later original works, in fact, the Uchiha family has always been suspected or even excluded by Konoha's high-level officials. Konoha executives headed by Danzo have always believed that the biggest threat to Konoha is not from outside, but from the Uchiha family. If he stays in Konoha village, what awaits Tatsuya will be the destruction of the Uchiha family. Of course Chen won't be foolishly waiting for these things to happen. In addition, Kushina is also Konoha's future Kyuubi, Nine-Tails Jinchuriki column candidate. Chen wants to change Kushina's fate, but he will not watch Kushina helplessly. Towards the fate of people Jinchuriki column force. You must become stronger. Only with the power of your own master can you gain a foothold in this Hokage world. Chen secretly said in his heart. 3 Tomo, it's just the first step. If you want master's own destiny, you must get stronger power. Konoha village can still stay for a few more years. First get Kushina things done, secretly accumulate strength, then even if I break with Konoha, I will have the capital. It may be good to go to Akatsuki, but Akatsuki is not yet at this time. Build, maybe I can create Akatsuki myself. Chen thought to himself. In the blink of an eye, Chen already had many thoughts in his heart. Shaking his head, Chen expelled the thoughts from his mind. There is no need to consider these things for the time being, but it is possible to prepare first. Chen and Six Paths Immortal communicated. I already have a general idea in my heart. Let's take one step at a time. Alright, anyway, you stinky brat is very cunning, you will definitely not suffer. Six Paths Immortal scolded with a smile. Chen shrugged, but did not deny it. Taking a sigh of relief, Chen focused his eyes on the battlefield. Minato, Kushina, and Akamichi Choza are fighting against the Black Water Ghost. Obviously, Minato is the main force in this battle. The three have the upper hand against the Black Water Ghost who has been injured by Chen. Out of the corner of the Black Water Ghost's eyes, he saw that Chen actually killed Bai Yan, and he was so frightened that he was scared to death. How is it possible, you actually killed Bai Yan? The Black Water Ghost was incoherent. The facts are in front of you, nothing is impossible, Chen said lightly. The Black Water Ghost was frightened and lost his mind, and Minato took the opportunity to seize a gap. Hand Seal said, Futon, wind style, Datapa, great breakthrough. Minato spit out a whirlwind, and the whistling wind whistled, blowing towards the Black Water Ghost. The Black Water Ghost couldn't be touched, and was still in the shock of being beaten by Chen to kill Bai Yan. He was hit by Minato's ninjutsu abruptly, and his body fell to the ground with the same soft body, and finally died. The two Jonin of Omegakure villages have been killed by the four of them. The four of them breathed a sigh of relief in unison, and Akamichi Choza sat on the ground in a very unimpressive manner and said, I'm exhausted, it's finally over. Fighting Jonin is not just a physical drain. Choza, you did a good job. Chen praised Akamichi Choza and laughed. Hee. Akamichi Choza was extremely satisfied when he was praised by Chen, and now the most convinced peer of Akamichi Choza is Chen, and when he heard Chen's praise, he seemed very excited. Kushina, however, keenly discovered the injury on Chen's body, frowned and said, Chen, you are injured. Kushina stepped forward worriedly, hugged Chen's arm, and carefully examined Chen's injury. Chen had a deep wound from his shoulder to his arm. The battle with Bai Yan just now was really fierce, and Chen's injury was not light. Seeing Kushina's concerned eyes, Chen's heart warmed, and a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth, and said, Don't worry, it's fine. But before he could finish speaking, he saw that Kushina nervously took out his luggage. With the medical bag, he took a bandage to help Chen carefully wrap it up. Kushina is so kind to Chen, this treatment is really enviable. Isn't it, Minato? Akamichi Choza laughed and winked. Namikaze Minato looked at the intimacy between Kushina and Tatsu, and could only nod silently. Shut up, fatty, if you don't speak, no one will treat you as a mute. Kushina glared at Akamichi Choza and said fiercely. Hey, I was wrong. Akamichi Choza blinked, but he was still the little fat brother who had seen through everything. Chu, Dao, Ding, Za. Kushina was extremely embarrassed, shouted Akamichi Choza's name, punched the ground, and smashed the ground into a deep hole under the effect of strange force. Kushina is now learning strange powers, and the use of strange powers is far less than Tsunade, but it should not be underestimated. Choza was startled by Kushina, and immediately shrank, hid in the corner far away, and did not dare to look at Kushina with a look of grievance. Chen couldn't help but smile. Although Kushina was very gentle in front of Chen, her real character was really a little pepper. Okay, don't make trouble. Kushina, help me wrap it up again. Chen smiled. Oh, Kushina heard the words, her fierce expression disappeared, her aura disappeared immediately, and the obedient Bang Chen was bandaged again. Akamichi Choza, who was drawing circles in the corner in the distance, saw this scene, and his small eyes looked at Chengdu, full of adoration, and he shouted in his heart, Chen, you are my idol. Dash 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 dash. Second, as a reward 29A Windfall. Ask for all support. Akamichi Choza worshipped Chen with a look on his face, and his small eyes were shining. After seeing Kushina's two completely different attitudes towards Chen and himself, Chen's image in Akamichi Choza's heart rose in vain, and it was simply shining. Akamichi Choza decides to regard Tatsu as an idol in his life from now on. It seems that not only Kushina, but also Uchiha Makoto, and those little girls in the school are interested in Chen. This also makes it impossible for people to live. Is there any reason for him? Is he handsome and handsome? Akamichi Choza muttered to himself. The language is both sad and envious. After Kushina finished bandaging Chen, Chen felt a coolness in his arm, and the wound was much more comfortable. As long as he didn't move violently, he was basically fine. Bury the bodies of these two Jonin, let's hurry up immediately, Chen said. Akamichi Choza and Kushina also regained their serious expressions when they saw Chen Junshin's appearance, and nodded immediately. The four began to dispose of the bodies of the two Jonins, burying them. We actually killed two Jonins, it's amazing to think about. Akamichi Choza came back to his senses, suddenly laughed, and winked. Kushina glared at him. You didn't kill the two Jonins, but Chen contributed the most. Akamichi Choza was hit hard. Chen Yi smiled and said, well, I didn't expect that we would be able to kill two Jonins. This mission has yielded a lot. The three of Kushina nodded. This time facing the battle with Jonin, they really grew a lot. There are some experiences that can't be learned at all in normal times. Only in actual combat, when it is between life and death, can you make rapid progress. This is also the reason why every war and dispute always gives birth to a genius. As the Six Paths Fairy said, true growth must go through this test of iron and blood. Of course, the biggest gain this time is Chen, Sharingan, S3 Tomo, this is a real good thing. Chen, there seems to be something hidden in Jonin's clothes. At this time, Namikaze Minato seemed to have discovered something, and said to Chen. Chen took a look, and sure enough, he saw a map-like thing hidden in Bai Yan's ninja suit. This is. Chen took the map and took a closer look. I only see that the border map between the Land of Rain and the Land of Fire is depicted on this map, and many Yuhi points are drawn on it, which are specially marked. In addition, there are some special symbols written on this map, which look strange. What's this? Akamichi Choza scratched his head. Letting him fight was okay, but he wasn't good at analyzing things like that. Chen smiled slightly. This is a windfall. Ah, what the hell is this? Akamichi Choza asked in surprise. This should be the map of a Megakur's stronghold in our border. Minato said. This stronghold map is very useful. It seems to draw all the current strongholds of a Megakur in Konoha. If we have this map, we can the Megakur stronghold has been wiped out. This will be very beneficial to us at Konoha. Quote. Chen glanced at Minato, nodded slightly, and added, there are some symbols on it, which should be the codes for a Megakur to communicate with each other. If these codes are deciphered, we will be able to know Akatsuki Megakur's current situation more clearly. Indeed is very useful stuff. Quote. So that's the case. Didn't we make a big contribution? Kushina's eyes lit up. Akamichi Choza's eyes also lit up, looking at Chen eagerly. It looks right. It seems that this white rock has some status in a Megakur Jonin. Otherwise, there would be no such thing. We are lucky this time. Chen is also in a good mood. This kind of thing, I really can't wait to do it more often. Akamichi Choza immediately sighed. Chen shook his head. Forget it. Fortunately, it's just Jonin who came this time. If it's an elite Jonin level ninja, we're more fortunate than good. When Duchin said this, everyone nodded with lingering fears. This map is very valuable. We have collected it and are ready to go back to the village. Chen said. Well, I understand. The three of Minato were all ready, took a little more ration pills, and then hit the road. From Konoha, not far, not near. However, this distance is already relatively safe, so the four of them can relax on their way. A day later, Chen and the others finally returned to Konoha village without any risk. The first thing to complete the mission, of course, is to go to the third generation of Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen to report the situation. The leadership of a Chunin, the Chen team entered the Hokage building. The 3 generations of Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen were dealing with official duties in the office work, and their brows were furrowed. Seeing this scene, Chen curled his lips secretly. Now that the war has begun, the 3 major countries of wind, fire, and soil, plus the country of rain, a small country, must have a lot of things to deal with. The 3 generations of Hokage must have a headache. Chen, Minato, Kushina, Choza, you are all back. The 3 generations looked up and saw Chen and others coming in, stroked their beards, and showed a slight smile, as the mission completed. The 3 generations are looking forward to it. In today's wartime, talents are even more needed. The 3 generations know that Chen and others are rare junior talents of Konoha, so they also intend to cultivate them, so I look forward to the achievements of the 4 of them. It's done. We not only spied on the information, but also destroyed Omegaker's stronghold. Akamichi Choza couldn't hide his words, and said immediately as if offering a treasure. 3 generations of eyes lit up. Well done. Not only that, we also killed each other's Jonin. Mainly due to Chen's credit, he did both times. We killed a total of 2 Jonin this time. Akamichi Choza said intermittently, and the 3rd generation was stunned for a moment, and there was a look of astonishment in his eyes. What did you say? You killed 2 Jonins. Sandai's voice raised an octave in vain, unable to hide his shock. Yeah. Akamichi Choza saw Sandai's staring eyes, and replied weakly, the 2 Jonins are mainly due to Chen. One was killed by Chen, the other was killed by Minato, and we also got Omegakure the secret information of the village. 3 generations of beards struck hands trembled, his mouth grew slightly, and several beards were directly pulled off by him. The surroundings became audible, very quiet, only Sandai and Akamichi Choza stared with big eyes. I ask for all the support everyone's support is the biggest driving force of the watermelon code word. 30 Join Anbu. 1 Change in the morning, ask for everything. Are you telling the truth? Killed 2 Omegakure Jonin. Sandai stared. It's true. Akamichi Choza's weak voice sounded again. Quiet, eerily quiet. The 3 generations were silent for a while, and looked at the 4 of them for a long while, their eyes mainly focused on Chen, as if digesting this shocking news. The 3rd generation will of course be surprised. Chen and others are so young that they can kill Jonin at a young age, which is unbelievable to the 3rd generation. However, the fact in front of him had to convince the 3 generations. The 3 generations could only sigh in their hearts. They thought that they had paid enough attention to Chen, but it seemed that they were not enough. Uchiha's family has such an outstanding genius, and I don't know if it's good or bad. Several thoughts flashed through the 3 generations, and they gradually returned to calm. After recovering from the shock, the next 3 generations inquired about the process of the 4-person mission, and only then did they know that Chen and the 4 really killed 2 Jonin from the land of rain, and among them, Chen turned the tide. If it weren't for Chen, I'm afraid the team would have been wiped out long ago. And Chen also took out the map left by Bai Yan's body. The 3rd generation got the map, and read it carefully several times, and finally confirmed with a smile on his face, it really is the map of Omegakure village's stronghold on the border. Very good, very good. This time you have made a big contribution. There are some special communication codes on it that need to be deciphered. Chen said. Well, this will be handed over to the special personnel in the village, you don't have to worry. The 3 generations smiled and said, Chen, Minato, Kushina, Choza, the 4 of you have done very well this time, I am very satisfied. Especially Chen's the performance was perfect. And of course, Minato. Quote. Chen contributed the most this time, followed by Minato. Chen killed Bai Yan, and Minato also took the opportunity to kill the injured black water ghost. Although his performance was not as good as Chen's, it was still pretty good. The 4 of them all had smiles on their faces, and they were in a good mood after being praised by the 3 generations. Okay, let's go out first. Chen and Minato stay temporarily. 3 generations said. Chen and Minato looked at each other with a hint of surprise in their eyes, and they didn't know what the 3 generations were looking for them. Understood. Kushina and Akamichi Choza said goodbye and left. Akamichi Choza winked at Chen and whispered, "Let's go eat barbecue together later." Chen turned a Byakugan, this foodie. Of Kushina left, the 3rd generation looked at Shang Chen and Minato, looked at them for a while, and said with a smile, "Chen, Minato, you two are the most outstanding talents in my younger generation of Konoha, and you are also from the village. Hope, I value you very much." Minato was a little excited, but Chen curled his lips in his heart, so he wouldn't be grateful for the praise from the 3 generations. "Thank you Mitsuyo-sama," Minato said quickly. 3 generations smiled and said, "I intend to cultivate you. I wonder if you want to enter Anbu." Anbu. It was Hokage's direct troops, and the 3 generations actually threw an olive branch to Chen and Minato, asking them if they wanted to enter Anbu. Anbu was actually divided into 2 troops. One was Anbu directly under Hokage, and the other was Root, under Danzo. The 3rd generation of Ranchin and Minato joined, of course, is Anbu directly under Hokage. Hearing this news, Minato's face was filled with joy, and Chen was also moved. It seems that it is not bad to have the identity of Anbu, and he can cover up many of his own things. You can think about it carefully and reply to me within 3 days. Sandai smiled, but instead of letting Chen and Minato reply directly, he smiled. Yes. Well, then you can leave first. This time you have completed the task very beautifully. I will divide the task level to a rank and give you credit. The 3rd generation said. Chen and Minato both nodded without objection, and then left. Chen, we all want to join Anbu, it's great. Minato said to Chen with a look of excitement. Chen raised his eyebrows. Do you really want to join Anbu? Of course, if we join Anbu, we will definitely improve faster, and after becoming Anbu, we will be closer to Lord Hokage. I must become Hokage. Minato clenched his fist and said. Chen suddenly realized, he almost forgot, Minato's dream is to become Hokage. Chen, don't you want to be Anbu's? Minato asked. To joining Anbu, and Chen is also very clear. After all, Anbu is a special force, especially Anbu under Hokage's direct subordinate. Anyone except Hokage can move freely. Chatting with Minato for a while, we walked outside the Hokage building. Chen, let's eat barbecue together. Akamichi Choza and Kushina were waiting outside, and they came up directly and smiled. Akamichi Choza actually waited for him to eat barbecue, which made Chen unable to complain. The Akamichi family really are foodies. 4 of them had barbecued meat together. During the period, Kushina and Akamichi Choza were very curious about the reason why the 3 generations were looking for Tatsu and Minato, but neither Tatsu nor Minato disclosed it. After all, Anbu's matter is a secret. Eating the barbecue, Chen sent Kushina home, and then returned to the Uchiha tribe. At this time, the news of Chenwei village had already spread. At the same time, the 3 generations also praised Chen and the 4 for their successful completion of the mission, and the news that Chen killed Jonin in a Megakure village has also spread. This time, the people in the village were also in shock. Chen can kill Jonin at the age of 9 this year. What is the concept? Genius, absolute genius. The last time Chen killed the special Jonin, after all, the special Jonin and Jonin can't be generalized, this time Chen is the real Jonin who killed a Megakure. For a time, Chen's name spread all over Konoha again, and many people who didn't know Chen very well before knew that such a young genius had appeared in the village. But Minato's name gradually spread, and even Kushina and Akamichi Choza were praised. Of course, the most dazzling among them is Chen. Suddenly, Chen has become the first among Konoha's peers. Dash 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 dash. I ask for your support tilde 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 tilde. The genius of the Uchiha family once in a century. Happy Mid-Autumn Festival. Chen's reputation gradually manifested, and he rose to prominence in Konoha. Chen returned to the Uchiha family land. The Uchiha people were all talking about it, and the center and focus of the discussion was undoubtedly Chen. Chen was able to kill Jonin, and after the news came out, it was Uchiha's clansmen who were the most proud. The Uchiha family has always been very united, and the family has a genius, which makes the Uchiha clansmen proud and extremely proud. So when Chen returned to the Uchiha clan, a group of people in the family gathered together to celebrate Chen. Master Chen is getting more and more powerful now. To be able to kill Jonin at this age should be considered the top among the younger generation of Konoha. Of course, those two Hyuga kids are not good enough, haha. It's really a face to our Uchiha clan. Let the Hyuga clan know who is the first Konoha clan. The clansmen smiled kindly and congratulated Chen Qing. Chen also enjoyed the congratulations from the clansmen, and felt a little happy in his heart. Unlike the praise of the three generations, the celebration of the Uchiha people made Chen even happier, and Chen still has a sense of belonging to the Uchiha family. Brother Chen, how did you kill Jonin? Did you use Sharingan? Brother Chen, is Jonin from a Megakure village powerful? What kind of ninjutsu does he know? Makoto also followed Chen's side pretty lively, like Chen's little tail. Looking at Chen, he asked curiously. Chen was speechless. Makoto asked so many questions at once. How did he ask him to answer? When I had a headache, I caught a glimpse of the sly and naughty color in the corner of Makoto's eyes. This girl is getting more and more naughty. Makoto has been following behind Chen, following every step of the way, raising her snow-white chin with a proud look on her face, as if the person called the genius of Uchiha was not Chen, but her. Makoto's charming and innocent appearance made Chen couldn't help laughing. He pinched Makoto's little nose and said with a smile, You have become more and more quirky recently. No, Makoto stuck out his tongue and giggled. I've been practicing hard recently, and my strength has improved very quickly, but unfortunately I haven't opened my eyes yet. Makoto said regretfully. Chen smiled. Makoto was about the same age as him, and everyone in the Uchiha family who opened their eyes at this age was a genius among geniuses. Uchiha Fugaku stood aside, looking at Tatsu and Makoto with some envy. When Chen returned to the Uchiha clan, of course Makoto was the happiest. The little girl kept holding Chen and told Chen a lot of things about Uchiha recently. One of the things Uchiha Fugaku opened a Tomo Sharingan. Uchiha Fugaku can drive Sharingan is not expected. After all, Fugaku is 4 or 5 years older than Chen and Makoto. Fugaku, congratulations on opening your eyes. Chen smiled at Uchiha Fugaku. Uchiha Fugaku can only smile bitterly. Chen, don't make fun of me, I'm so much worse than you. As expected, people are more popular than dead people. Look at Chen, and then look at yourself. Uchiha Fugaku feels a little uneasy in his heart. The results are truly admirable. Chen smiled and said nothing. The clansmen are celebrating Chen, and at this time, the clan leader Uchiha Ming walked out surrounded by the clansmen. Uchiha Ming's face is not as majestic as it used to be, and he is also smiling unexpectedly. It can be seen that he is in a good mood. Chen, you are very good. Our Uchiha family has a genius. God bless Uchiha. God bless Uchiha. God bless Uchiha. Hundreds of clansmen shouted in unison. These people are the core members of the Uchiha clan. Because of Chen, hundreds of Uchiha people shouted in unison at this moment, which made Chen feel quite touched. After shouting, Uchiha Ming waved his hand to signal everyone to be quiet, and then said to Chen, Okay, this clan meeting will end here. Chen, you come with me. Yes. Chen nodded and followed Uchiha Ming. In the master's room, Uchiha Ming and Chen sat opposite, with 2 cups of tea on the table, steaming hot. Uchiha Ming picked up the teacup, took a sip of the tea, and said, Chen, how far is your Sharingan now? Chen heard the words and started Sharingan directly. 3 Tomo's Sharingan is clearly visible, and the smear of blood Yuhi is particularly eye-catching. which makes Uchiha Ming, who was drinking tea, suddenly lose his temper. Seeing Uchiha Ming like this, Chen couldn't help but smile maliciously in his heart. Uchiha Ming looked at Chen in astonishment, and was somewhat relieved. No wonder you were able to kill Jonin. It turned out that 3 Tomo was activated. 3 Tomo was actually opened after Chen killed Jonin, but at this time he didn't justify it and let Uchiha misunderstand. Opening 3 Tomo at your age is definitely a rare genius in our Uchiha family. Uchiha said with emotion, a little sigh. The owner has won the prize. Chen said softly, neither humble nor arrogant. Seeing this, Uchiha nodded secretly. Chen not only opened the 3 Tomo Sharingan, the most rare thing is that he is mature, not arrogant or impetuous. This state of mind is the most rare. What's the use of just being talented? There are quite a few geniuses in this year, and there are not a few geniuses who died in the war years. Only geniuses with mature minds have the chance to reach the end. Uchiha said, since you have opened the 3 Tomo, you are qualified to be the core member of our Uchiha family. From tomorrow, you can freely enter and leave the cabinet and read all the ninjutsu scrolls in the clan, including some ninjutsu of rank A. Quote. Chen's eyes lit up, this is a blessing. Lee. Chen has long been envious of Uchiha's A rank ninjutsu. Thinking of the famous ninjutsu, Chen is excited. Majestic Destroyer Flame, Great Fire Annihilation, Great Fire Destruction, Song of Dragon Flame. Previously, Chen could also read the scrolls of ninjutsu in and out of Uchiha's cabinet, but these A-rank ninjutsu were secret and not open to the public. This time, Uchiha was so generous, which made Chen happy. For the Uchiha family, Chen has a sense of belonging. Dash 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 dash. By the way, today is Mooncake Festival. Happy Mid-Autumn Festival everyone. 32 The First Temptation with Danzo. Ask for everything. Looking at you, you must have been jealous of my clan's A-rank ninjutsu for a long time. Uchiha smiled and said proudly. My Uchiha family's Kaden, fire style, and demonic illusion are famous in the ninja world. Chen nodded. The Uchiha family was certainly qualified to be proud, because it was a fact. You can go to learn these ninjutsu. If you have any doubts, you can ask the third elder to solve your doubts. Uchiha said. In addition to the head of the Uchiha family, Uchiha Ming, there are 3 elders with great power, and the 3 elders are the third one. Chen nodded. It is no secret that the Uchiha family has been suspected and ostracized by some of the top executives of Konoha since the 2nd generation of Hokage. It is precisely because of this that the Uchiha family is more united and pays more attention to the cultivation of talents, which is why Chen is given such preferential treatment. No matter the reason, Uchiha Ming was very good to Chen, and Chen felt a little more recognition of him in his heart. Go, if there is anything you can tell me at any time. Uchiha muttered. Chen nodded and left directly. After leaving Uchiha Ming's room, Chen breathed a sigh of relief and was in a better mood. Boy, this time you took a big advantage. The Uchiha family has a lot of powerful ninjutsu. The voice of the 6 Paths Immortal came from the bottom of Chen's heart, and said with a smile. Old man, are you boasting? Not all the ninjutsu of the Uchiha family came from Indra, and Indra is your son. Chen pouted and said. The 6 Paths Immortal was so angry that Chen blew his beard and stared, and said angrily, does the old man need to brag? Does the old man look so superficial? Chen nodded seriously, yes. Stinky boy, accidentally accepting an apprentice. I think back to the time when the old man was so powerful in the ninja world, how could he accept an apprentice like you? The old man of 6 Paths sighed, looking distressed. Quote. Chen and 6 Paths Immortals like to quarrel when they have nothing to do with each other. This may be the most bizarre pair of master and apprentice in the ninja world. After a night of rest, the next morning, Chen came to the back mountain to practice as usual. What Chen is going to practice is the art of shuriken. Chen prepared the bullseyes one by one, placed the bullseyes in different positions, and then began to use the shuriken. Chen jumped to his feet, Sharingan turned on, his fingers were holding 10 lily swords, divided into different directions, and shot out one by one, all of which hit the bullseye. There was also a blind spot. Chen Yi shook his arm, and sent out 2 shurikens one after another. The 2 shurikens struck each other, changing the direction, so that one of the shurikens hit the bullseye in the blind spot. Perfect. Chen let out a sigh of relief. Boy, the shuriken technique is getting better and better. 6 Paths praised. Chen smiled and was about to answer, but heard the 6 Paths immortal suddenly say, "Hey, there is a strong chakra approaching here." Chen's heart froze, seeing the leaves of the trees in front of him moving slightly, and a figure appeared there in the blink of an eye. This man is about 40 years old, his expression is serious and dignified, his eyes flickering slightly when he looks at Chen, and he seems to be a little surprised. "Uchiha Chen, you are indeed a genius of the Uchiha clan. Orochimaru is right, you have a bright future." Danzo. Chen narrowed his eyes slightly, and the person in front of him was Danzo. Danzo just saw the scene where Chen practiced the shuriken, and he was very surprised. "Uchiha Chen, really extraordinary." A slight smile appeared on Danzo's face. "Introduce myself, I'm the leader of the Root organization in Konoha Anbu, Danzo." "Of course I know you are Danzo." Chen thought to himself, then nodded and replied calmly, "I once heard the patriarch mention Anbu's Root organization. I don't know what happened to Lord Danzo." Not surprising to see Chen, but Danzo is a little surprised. It seems that the Uchiha family really attaches great importance to Uchiha Chen. "Have you even told him about the Root?" Danzo was secretly surprised, but didn't know that Chen was lying. "Uchiha-chan, your talent is very good. I have intentions to cultivate you. I wonder if you are interested in joining my direct Anbu Root." Danzo pondered slightly and said, "If you join Root, I will try my best to train you and train you to be the best ninja. You Uchiha family are actually very related to me. I have a close friend named Uchiha Kagami, who is a member of your Uchiha family." Chen's expectations. Danzo's purpose in coming here was to let Chen join the Root organization in Anbu. Chen was surprised by Danzo's invitation, but Chen sneered in his heart. "Join the Root organization? Don't be kidding. Once you join the Root, you are completely under the control of Danzo." With Danzo's attitude towards Uchiha, Chen is no different from throwing himself into the net. Most likely, he has his eyes gouged out like Shisui in the original book. Danzo is an out-and-out conspirator and ambitionist. Chen squinted his eyes and said, "Thank you for your kindness, but I don't really want to join Root." "Oh." Danzo's expression stiffened. "Uchiha-chan, you have to think clearly that with me here, I will definitely be able to guide you in your Sharingan practice to the greatest extent, and also teach you some powerful ninjutsu." "The ghost wants to join the Root," Chen murmured in his heart, and at this time, the voice of the 6 Paths Immortal also sounded. "Boy, this person is called Danzo, right? He seems to be a little malicious." "Well, don't worry, I know," Chen replied to the 6 Paths Immortal in his heart, but his face remained calm. Hearing what Chen said, the 6 Paths Immortal stopped talking. 6 Paths knew that Chen was as cunning as a little fox, so they were not worried that Chen would be deceived by Danzo. "Thank you, but I can practice Sharingan myself. Recently, the owner of the family has been guiding my Sharingan practice." Chen continued to shirk. Danzo was stunned for a moment, and he was speechless. Even if he knew more about Sharingan, he would definitely not be as good as Uchiha Ming. Danzo said, "I hope you think about it. I think you are a promising talent and should not be buried." "Thank you for your concern, but I have already made a decision," Chen said lightly. Danzo still wanted to speak and persuaded Chen to join Root, but Chen refused directly. "Don't worry, the 3 generations of Hokage also sent me an invitation to join Anbu. I have decided to join Anbu, the direct subordinate of Lord Hokage." Chen responded directly. Chen knows that in fact, the third generation let Chen join Anbu, and most of them have the idea of winning over and appeasing Uchiha. After all, although Uchiha and Konoha are currently in conflict, they are far from intensified, and the two are still at peace. The three generations also want to appease the Uchiha family and resolve the conflict. But Chen doesn't care. Joining Anbu is also good for him. At least his identity is more convenient, and he is closer to the top of Konoha. So in the face of Danzo's invitation, Chen directly moved out of the three generations of Hokage. Danzo thinks about him. It is impossible to ignore the three generations of Hokage. If Chen agrees to join the three generations of Anbu, it is Anbu that belongs to Hokage directly, and even Danzo has no right to interfere. Danzo can't defy Hokage's orders, can he? Danzo's face turned ashen, and he secretly said in his heart, that guy Sarutobi actually took the lead. Damn, is Sarutobi trying to win over the Uchiha family? Chen looked at Danzo's shriveled appearance, and felt happy in his heart. After knowing that he joined Anbu, Danzo must have a little more scruples about him. With Danzo's cautious personality, he should not act easily in the short term. Dash 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 dash. In the code word of the Mooncake Festival. Please support me, thank you Watermelon Tilda. 33 Kaden, Fire Style, Majestic Destroyer Flame, Great Fire Annihilation. 1 in the morning, ask for all support. If that's the case, then you can go to Hokage to report directly to Anbu. Danzo's face was ashen, and he squeezed out such a sentence. That's good. Chen smiled secretly, but his expression remained calm. Danzo walks away, angry, damn Sarutobi, for ruining my plan. Uchiha Chen actually entered Anbu now, and became an Anbu directly under Hokage. Sarutobi actually wanted to win over Uchiha Chen. This is trouble. Danzo is prudent and wily by nature. After learning that Chen was actually chosen by the third generation to be directly under Anbu, he felt that things were beyond his control. Uchiha-chan, forget it, leave this kid alone for the time being, it's war time, I'll deal with this when I have time. Danzo secretly thought. Chen borrowed the power of the three generations of Hokage to temporarily dispel Danzo's thoughts. However, Chen is also very clear that Danzo only temporarily dispelled the idea, and did not give up. Enough, as long as you can hold Danzo for a while. Give me a little more time, until then, I won't let you decide now. Chen thought to himself. Time. The most urgent thing Chen needs now is time. Give him enough time, let him grow up, whether it's Danzo or Orochimaru, it's nothing to worry about. No matter how advanced Anbu is, there are three generations as a shield, I don't need to worry too much for the time being. Chen decided. Among the Konoha executives, the three generations are more inclined to the Uchiha family, while some of the Konoha executives led by Danzo are hostile and prejudicial to the Uchiha family. Up his mind to join Hokage's direct subordinate Anbu, Chen also breathed a sigh of relief and continued to practice without distractions. Because of Danzo's sudden arrival, Chen also felt a sense of urgency, and he urgently needed to improve his strength. Old man, I may need your help in the next few days. Chen communicated with the Six Paths Immortal seriously. It's like I didn't help you on weekdays. Six Paths said helplessly. Ah, this time is different. I want to strengthen my training and need your guidance. Chen said seriously. With Six Paths, the founder of Ninja Sect by his side, such a powerful free labor, Chen must of course ask for advice. Don't worry, with the old man here, everything is not a problem. Six Paths waved his hand very boldly. Boy, you are the hope of peace in the ninja world in the future, and peace in the ninja world in the future. Six Paths started to be long-winded again, but I don't know why Zaichan sounds so kind. I just think this stubborn old man is cute sometimes. For the next 2 days, Chengdu has been learning some ninjutsu and demonic illusion in the Uchiha family's cabinet. Now he has opened the 3-tomo Sharingan, and began to learn Uchiha's unique A-rank Kaden, fire-style ninjutsu. These ninjutsu, Chen has begun to learn master one by one. Uchiha's Kaden fire style is famous in the ninja world, and Chen is also eye-opening and excited. Study tirelessly, like a sponge soaking up water. And the six paths immortal pointed from the side, making Chen feel that he was improving almost every moment. At the same time, Chen also consulted the third elder of the Uchiha clan, and thoroughly integrated the ninjutsu he had learned. The six paths immortal looked more and more satisfied. Chen's hard work in the past few days made him see it. Even six paths felt terrible for such high-intensity training, but Chen insisted on biting Kiba and persevering. Kaden fire style, majestic destroyer flame, great fire annihilation. Chen Feifei hand seal, standing beside the great waterfall in the distance, released a majestic destroyer flame, great fire annihilation directly to the waterfall. Kaden fire style, majestic destroyer flame, great fire annihilation. A-rank Kaden fire style, ninjutsu of the Uchiha family. I only saw the raging flames rising up. The scale of the flames far exceeded the grand fireball. The flames curled, the high temperature suddenly, the hot air spurted, and at the moment of encountering the water of the waterfall, there were bursts of white smoke, but the fire remained the same. Continuously, it is like burning the waterfall to dryness. As expected of a rank ninjutsu, the power is indeed unparalleled. Chen recalled the scene in the original book where Uchiha Madara used the majestic destroyer flame, great fire annihilation alone, which required dozens of Suidan water-style ninjas to resist at the same time, and became more and more satisfied with this majestic destroyer flame, great fire annihilation. After a long time, the flame finally continued to weaken and extinguish. Chen breathed a sigh of relief, and his forehead was full of sweat. Phew, chakra is exhausted again. Chen said tiredly. Successive cultivation has exhausted his chakra again. It's okay, a little girl has brought you something. The joking voice of the Six Paths fairy sounded. Chen Yi was stunned, only to see the shadow of a young girl trotting over in the distance. The girl was still carrying a basket, which contained rice balls, and some special chakra pills, which could supplement chakra and nutrition. Girl is Uchiha Makoto. Makoto seems to have the stance of a good wife and mother in the future. The little girl smiled and handed the basket to Chen. Here, brother Chen. This is the rice ball I made specially, and the chakra pills from the clan. Thank you Makoto, sure enough, she will be a good wife and good mother in the future. Chen squeezed Makoto's nose affectionately and said with a smile. Makoto seemed to enjoy this kind of intimacy with Chen, and his eyes were bent into Kiba, and he couldn't help laughing. It took a lot of effort for me to make these, so I have to finish it, Makoto said with a smile. Chen glanced at the food in the basket, and it seemed that it was just enough for him to finish it, so he answered without thinking, "Don't worry, I promise to finish it." Makoto smiled sweetly, blinking his eyes, holding his chin and looking at Chen's profile. The malicious voice of the old Six Paths came from his heart. Boy, you seem to be blessed today, and another one is here. What's the meaning? Chen was a little strange, and then saw another girl trotting over with a basket. Yuhi hair, cute and charming, it was Kushina. Chen. Kushina called Chen, and suddenly found Chen and Makoto together, slightly surprised, but didn't care too much, just smiled. I specially made ramen for you to eat, look. Kushina opened the basket, and Chen saw a huge bowl of steaming ramen noodles, full of color, fragrance, and excitement. I made it by myself, doesn't it look good? It's time to finish eating. Kushina blinked at Chen and said the same thing as Makoto. Ah. Chen glanced at Kushina's ramen, and then at Makoto's rice ball in his hand, a little dumbfounded. Originally, the rice balls were enough to fill Chen up, but Kushina made another big bowl of ramen. Chen wanted to ask Makoto and Kushina, you guys made an appointment, right? Dash 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 dash. Ask for all support. Flowers tilde tilde evaluation. Reward tilde no one refuses to come, thank you watermelon. 34 New to Anbu. Konoha White Fang. Ask for collection. Chen looked at the ramen on the left, looked at the rice ball in his hand, and finally looked at the two extremely beautiful faces in front of him, and couldn't help but worry. One side is ramen, the other side is rice balls, and I have to eat them all. Of course, this is also the trouble of happiness. Boy, you can't chew as much as you want. The six paths immortal Schadenfreude, another pun, sounded, causing Chen to turn to Byakugan. Old man, I know, you've made it clear that you are envious, jealous, and hateful. Chen ignored the joke of the six paths immortal. Under the expectant gazes of Kushina and Makoto, Chen took a bite of rice balls and a bite of ramen, and finally ate all the two kinds of food, and then it was very tragic that I held my stomach and didn't want to move. Sometimes I really envy Choza's appetite. Chen sighed. Is it delicious? Both Kushina and Makoto looked at Chen with anticipation. Of course Chen nodded. It's delicious, so delicious. That's good, I'll do it for you later. Kushina replied. Makoto also nodded vigorously. Me too. I'll have to eat it all in the future. Quote. The corners of Chen's mouth twitched, and he secretly slandered in his heart. After eating like this for a month, maybe my body shape will develop like Choza. Chen quickly persuaded. No need, in the future, each of you will send me something to eat the next day, so you don't get tired. One sentence coaxed the two little girls into smiles, and they were extremely happy. Chen also breathed a sigh of relief, although the food is good, too much is a sin. After resting for a while, Chen returned to training. Kaden, fire style, great fire destruction. Kaden, fire style, Long Yan sings. Chen practiced again and again, chakra and physical strength were quickly exhausted, and he devoted himself to the training of ninjutsu. Makoto and Kushina, who were next to them, were speechless for a while, but Chen was able to hold on to such high-intensity training. Brother Chen really deserves to be the pride of our Uchiha family, it's really amazing. Makoto's eyes brightened and he said with emotion. Kushina also nodded lightly on the side, looking at Chen's back, feeling distressed and proud. I also went to practice. Recently, I am also learning the sealing technique of our Uzumaki family. I can't lose to Chen. Kushina said. I'll go too. Makoto also held a small fist. Come on, let's go together. Makoto and Kushina are good friends. Chen has been working hard to practice ninjutsu, which has been quite effective these days. This day, the practice of ninjutsu finally ended, and Chen was slightly relieved, but he saw Namikaze Minato coming to him. Chen, we should go and answer the 3 generations of Hokage-sama. I plan to join Anbu, how about you? Minato asked. Today was the 3rd day. Minato asked Chen if he planned to join Anbu. Chen smiled and nodded. I also plan to join Anbu. Great, we can fight side by side again in the future. Minato smiled warmly and smiled. Chen nodded. The two went to the Hokage building together and told Sandai about their decision. Sandai Hokage was happy with Tatsu and Minato's decision and said with a smile, very well, I have already greeted several members of Anbu, you go directly to Anbu's report from location. I'm looking forward to your next performance, don't let me down. Yes, Chen and Minato both nodded. Go ahead. Leaving the Hokage building, Tatsu and Minato finally arrived at Anbu's location according to the location of the 3 generations. This place is located in the outer area of Konoha, which is very remote. What surprised Chen and Minato even more is that Anbu's location is actually underground, which is quite secret. Chen and Minato entered the underground passage and walked for about 10 minutes before they saw an open area, a large platform, which seemed to be where Anbu was. Here, Chen and Minato felt that several pairs of eyes were fixed on them. A newcomer is here. It seems to be the genius of the Uchiha family tilde. It seems like, did you come to Anbu? Chen also faintly heard the discussion, and most of the object of the discussion was himself. It seems that Chen's killing of Jonin has spread all over Konoha, and in today's Konoha, Chen's name has spread to the ears of most ninjas. Chen, you are really famous. Namikaze Minato said with a smile. That's it, aren't you the same? Chen shook his head and glanced at Namikaze Minato. Although Namikaze Minato was not as good as Chen, he was equally famous. Hello, Uchiha Chen, Namikaze Minato, the 3 generations of Hokage-sama have already explained that you will come. My name is Hitaki Sakumo, Anbu's code name is White Fang, and I am your senior. The visitor took off his mask and revealed his face, only to see he was wrapped in clothes, and his silver hair was the symbol of the Hitaki family. Chen's heart moved. It was Hitaki Sakumo. The people of the Hitaki family, the father of Hitaki Kakashi, one of the most famous ninjas in Konoha, the man known as Konoha White Fang. Unlike the Tsunade 3 who were called Sannin before they fought Hanzo of the Salamander, Hitaki Sakumo has already become famous, and his reputation has been rumored in the 5 countries, and he is a well-known figure. Of course, it seems that the ending of Konoha White Fang is a bit tragic, and he committed suicide because he couldn't stand the exclusion and pressure, which made Chen a little despised. In addition, there is no doubt about the strength of Konoha White Fang. I am afraid that it is even stronger than the current Sannin. Hello, senior. Tatsu and Minato both say hello. Well, come with me and pick up a set of Anbu's clothes and equipment. Konoha White Fang nodded and took Chen and Minato to pick up the equipment. Said to be equipment, in fact, it is just a ninja suit, mask, and weapons. The most obvious feature of Anbu is the mask. Almost every Anbu member wears an animal-patterned mask to disguise their identity. Chen randomly chose a fox mask to wear, and felt that wearing it was not bad. After choosing the masks and weapons, Konoha White Fang said, "Okay, everyone gathers." White Fang was the captain of Anbu, and under his order, everyone gathered quickly and stood in 2 rows. Chen looked at it visually, and there are probably less than 20 people in Anbu at present. Of course, it is also possible that some Anbu personnel went out to perform missions and did not return. Today we have 2 new members, Uchiha Chen and Namikaze Minato joining Anbu, who are our companions from today. Do you have any questions? Konoha White Fang said. Most of the Anbu members shook their heads, but one of them said, "Wait, I have a question. Dash 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 dash. Ask for collection tilde tilde ask for all support. 35 Hyuga's provocation. I have a question." One of the ninjas took off the mask and stepped forward, revealing a face. This man has a plain appearance, but his eyes are particularly obvious. Byakugan. This ninja is from the Hyuga family. Hyuga function, what's your problem? Konoha White Fang frowned and asked involuntarily. Chen's heart moved slightly. The Hyuga family actually had people in Anbu, but it was reasonable. The Hyuga family was also a super family and famous family in Konoha, and there must be their people in places like Anbu. Named Hyuga function glanced at Chen, and seemed to have a lot of hostility towards Chen. Chen frowned, vaguely understanding something. Since the death of the second Hokage, the Senju clan has gradually decreased. The Uchiha family and the Hyuga family have become the 2 major families of Konoha, the first and second families of Konoha. Naturally, there is a lot of competition between the 2 families, and the relationship is somewhat tense. In addition, Chen also taught the 2 guys Hyugahiyashi and Hyugahazashi at the ninja school. Hyugahiyashi is the bloodline of the Hyuga family's main clan, and is the candidate who may inherit the position of the Hyuga family's head in the future, but was taught by Chen. Most of the members of the Hyuga family are hostile to Tatsu. It seems that this Hyuga Windy Day is the same. Captain, I don't think Uchiha Chen is qualified to be an Anbu member. Hyuga function stood up and stared at Chen. Chen raised his eyebrows, while the others were slightly taken aback. All looked at Chen and then at Hyuga function. There was a faint spark in the air, and the atmosphere confronted. The reason. Konoha White Fang asked indifferently. Captain, Anbu's mission is very dangerous, and we don't know how strong Uchiha Chen is. After all, he is only 9 years old. I think we should evaluate Uchiha Chen's strength before making a decision. Otherwise, if he dragged down the whole Anbu because of him, wouldn't that be a shame for the trust of the 3 generations of Hokage adults in Anbu? Hyuga Function did not shy away and said it directly. His words seemed reasonable, but everyone could clearly see that he was targeting Chen. Minato beside Chen who came with him. Hyuga Function didn't question Minato but only aimed at Chen, which is enough to explain the problem. Chen squinted his eyes. Of course he also knew that Hyuga Function was targeting him. This Hyuga Function, does he really think he is a soft persimmon? Chen doesn't have much dislike for the Hyuga family, and of course, doesn't have much affection for it either. The last time he was purely broken was because of Kushina, but this Hyuga Function took the initiative to target him, which made Chen feel a little more unhappy. The clay figurine still has 3 points of fire, not to mention that Chen is deliberately hostile. In your opinion, what do you think it should be? Chen asked lightly. Seeing Chen's answer, Hyuga Function was overjoyed, secretly took the bait, and said, Uchiha Chen, although you are called a genius by many people in the village, we have never seen your strength with our own eyes, so I can't be sure how powerful you are. Why don't you have a test with me to verify your strength? What do you think? Chen pouted, and sure enough, it was the same thing again. Several Anbu members present shook their heads. Hyuga Function's strength they have seen before, absolute Jonin level strength, coupled with the role of Byakugan Kekkei Genkei. Hyuga Function is not as good as the elite Jonin, but the strength is also better than the average. Jonin is much stronger. As for Chen, everyone in the village said that Chen killed Jonin, but after all, it was just a speech, and they had never seen Chen's strength, so they were somewhat suspicious. In the eyes of these Anbu members, this request from Hyuga Function is a bit excessive. After all, Hyuga Function is a senior Anbu member, and there is Byakugan from the Hyuga family. How can Chen be an opponent? Chen, don't agree, he is deliberately trying to deal with you. Minato whispered beside Chen. Chen smiled, but shrugged indifferently, and looked at Hyuga Wind Heavenly Path. Hyuga Function, right, it's okay to have a match with you. If I lose, then I'll quit Anbu, never again. Mention about joining Anbu, quote. Okay, as expected of the Uchiha family, it's really refreshing. Hyuga smiled and clapped his palms, but his heart was full of joy. What he was waiting for was Chen's words. The Hyuga family and the Uchiha family compete with each other, and Anbu, who is directly under Hokage, belongs to the group of people that Hokage trusts the most. Of course, it is best to eliminate the Uchiha family. Chen squinted his eyes, but what if you lose? If I lose, Hyuga was at a loss for words. It's better than this. For the sake of fairness, the two of us will have a competition and decide whether to win or lose. The winner will stay in Anbu, and the loser will leave. What do you think? Chen squinted at Hyuga Function. Hyuga Function hesitated. Although he is confident that he can win Chen, the loser will quit Anbu. The stake is too high, which makes him hesitate. Chen shook his head. You shouldn't even dare to do this. Forget it. It seems that the Hyuga family is just like that. Chen is a simple and powerful method, but it is very effective. As soon as he remembered the honor of the Hyuga family, Hyuga Function bit Kiba and said, Okay, I promise. I also ask everyone to be a witness. If this competition tries me if I lose, I quit Anbu. Uchiha-chan, you too. No problem. Chen shrugged. Konoha White Fang frowned when he saw that things had turned out like this, but he could only nod his head in agreement. Okay, let's be a witness. Chen, the other party is Jonin from the Hyuga family. You have to be careful about his Byakugan. Namikaze Minato reminded. Don't worry. Chen patted Minato's shoulder and squinted at Hyuga Function. Chen and Hyuga Function both stood in the field, and the others all backed away, giving them space to fight. HMPH, Uchiha Chen, you are sure to lose. I'll let you know that your so-called Uchiha genius is just a joke. Your Sharingan is far inferior to our Hyuga's Byakugan. Hyuga sneered. Really? Don't blame me for not reminding you. If you don't exert all your strength, you will be beaten into a pig's head by me. Chen said lightly. The battle is about to start. Dash 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 dash. Asking for support, asking for flowers tilde tilde please support me a lot. The data of the new book is more important, it is troublesome. 36 I can't even touch my clothes Kakuzu. One change in the morning, ask for everything. Chen and Hyuga function stand on both sides, and the battle is about to break out. A disdainful smile appeared on the corner of Hyuga function's mouth, as if he had made up his mind that Chen could not win against him. Chen pouted, secretly despising Hyuga function. I really don't know where this guy got his confidence. Some people in the Hyuga family are really arrogant, and I don't know how a soft girl like Hinata could be born in the Hyuga family. Several thoughts flashed through Chen's mind, but at this time, Hyuga function on the opposite side moved. Hyuga function roared, Byakugan. Byakugan showed that Hyuga function made a Hyuga family's iconic gentle fist gesture with both hands, exuding a strong momentum. I can't see that Hyuga function's strength is not bad, but think about it, how can you enter Anbu without any strength? 8 trigrams, 64 palms. Hyuga function shouted, rushing towards Chen. There seems to be an 8 trigrams formation around Hyuga function, and Chen is within the 8 trigrams formation, in Hyuga function day's attack range. Hyuga rushed out of the wind, and the gentle fist method attacked Chen's body one after another, as fast as raindrops, attacking the position of Chen's whole body. 2 palms, 4 palms, 8 palms, 60 palms, 32 palms, 64 palms. Hyuga function's attack was like a shower of hayate, swept in with force, and the attack after another made Chen seem unable to parry. The continuous and intensive attacks were extremely powerful, and a gust of wind gusted up in the air, as if it was about to tear Chen apart. A sneer appeared on the corner of Hyuga function's mouth, and he snorted proudly, Uchiha-chan, how does my gentle fist in Hyuga's house feel? You were hit by my gentle fist, and now your chakra is sealed, you are sure to lose. Hyuga function is very proud, his 8 trigrams 64 palms is a ninjutsu. Hyuga family's 8 trigrams 64 palms is their unique palm technique, which can seal all the opponent's chakra points, so that the opponent can no longer use chakra. It can be said that once it is recruited, it is very troublesome. This is also the ninjutsu that the Hyuga clan is proud of. Is that so? Chen looked at Hyuga function and shook his head. You didn't even touch my clothes Kakuzu just now, wouldn't you naively think that you can hit me so easily? What? It's impossible, I've clearly attacked you. Hyuga was stunned. Quack, quack, quack. As soon as his words fell, he saw Chen's figure turned into countless crows and dissipated. Hyuga function was extremely shocked, and said abruptly, demonic illusion. When? That's right, what Hyuga function hit just now was just Chen's demonic illusion. As Chen said, from beginning to end, he didn't touch even Chen's clothes Kakuzu. Isn't Byakugan of Hyuga's family known as the most insightful? He can't even distinguish between demonic illusion and reality. I'm so disappointed. The crows gathered, Chen's figure appeared on the other side, and 3 Tomo's Sharingan clearly visible. A touch of blood is particularly eye-catching. When Konoha Whitefang saw Chen's Sharingan, he was slightly surprised. It turned out to be the Sharingan of 3 Tomo. How could this young man have started 3 Tomo so soon? San Tomo, Chen is getting stronger again. Minato didn't know that Chen opened San Tomo, and now he was very surprised and felt a burst of pressure. Other Anbu members were also in a commotion, very surprised. They originally thought that the result of this competition was already doomed, and Chen would definitely not be able to win against Hyuga function. But now it looks like the opposite is true. This Uchiha-chan is really very strong. Is this really a 9-year-old boy? The strength displayed is too terrifying. 3 Tomo's Sharingan. Hyuga Function was also taken aback, knowing that he was in trouble. Chen actually has opened the Sharingan of the 3 Tomo, no wonder he can kill Jonin. Among Anbu's team members, everyone has a little recognition of Chen's strength. They feel that Chen can be a member of Anbu, and they no longer doubt the fact that he can kill Jonin. 3 Tomo's Sharingan, even in the Uchiha clan, only a few people have opened 3 Tomo, not to mention that Chen is only 9 years old now. It's my turn to take action, Chen said lightly, and started hand seal. Kaden fire style, impatience claw fire. Chen opened his mouth to spit, and saw a series of shuriken provoked, and above the shuriken there was a high-temperature flame, attacking like a balsam flower. The temperature in the air suddenly increased, and strong flames containing restless chakra spewed out, forming a powerful destructive force, rushing directly to the windy sky of Hyuga. Chen's practice during this period of time is not a vegetarian. He has been practicing ninjutsu and demonic illusion, which is also quite effective. Chen is so familiar with the ninjutsu of impatience flower claw fire. The shuriken is matched with the flame, and chakras is attached to it. Chen's superb shuriken technique was fully utilized, and the shuriken was divided into different directions, directly locking on Hyuga Function. Hyuga was shocked and quickly said, 8 trigrams, revolving heaven. 8 trigrams palms revolving heaven is the secret art of the Hyuga clan. At the moment of being attacked, a large amount of gentle fist chakra is released from the chakra acupoints in the body, and then it makes a circular rotation like a top, which can rebound all physical attacks. Coupled with its own rotation and Byakugan's strong observation, it has become an alternative, absolute defense. Hyuga Function used 8 trigrams revolving heaven to block the fire of impatience claws. He was slightly relieved, and cold sweat broke out on his forehead. How could he have thought that Chen was so powerful? Hyuga has a vague feeling that when facing Chen, there is an invisible pressure, as if every move is being seen through by Chen. This made Hyuga Function have a bad premonition in his heart. The use of revolving heaven is not bad. Chen praised, Hyuga's body skills are still unique, and Hyuga Function is even more difficult than Joninbayan, the country of rain. If Chen has not opened the 3 Tomo Sharingan, it may really be a hard fight. But now, Chen squinted his eyes and began to prepare a demonic illusion again. I created a demonic illusion. I haven't used it yet, so let's try it with you. Chen whispered to himself. 37 beat. Ask for collection, ask for everything. Demonic illusion, the art of falling into hell. Chen's Sharingan turned, Santomo's Sharingan exerted a powerful power, and the pupil power moved to ultimate, exerting its power. A demonic illusion created by Chen based on the 2 ninjutsus of Hell Viewing Technique and Fox Heart Technique. Like the Crow Clone, it is a very practical and powerful ninjutsu. A demonic illusion that makes people feel like walking into a fan of Gongyi. The Hell Viewing Technique is the demonic illusion used by Kakashi in the original work when he assessed Sakura, which can make opponents see horror scenes that they don't want to see in their hearts. Chen combined these 2 demonic illusions and created his own demonic illusion called the Art of Naruto Hell. This demonic illusion can make opponents feel like they are directly in the labyrinth of hell, suffering a painful mental attack. The Art of Falling into Hell. I've never heard of it before, and I don't know what kind of demonic illusion. Konoha White Fang, who was on the side, fixed his eyes on Chen's movements and whispered to himself. The technique of falling into hell, activate. Chen is already extremely proficient in demonic illusion, master, and when looking at Hyuga Function, demonic illusion is instantly activated. And Hyuga Function was startled and instinctively wanted to let go, but it was too late. Hyuga Function was in this demonic illusion, only to see a gloomy atmosphere exuding here, as if it was a 9 secluded hell, and a dreary scene appeared in front of his eyes. It was as if countless ghosts were whistling and roaring beside him, howling, and it seemed as if the ghosts were by Hyuga Function's side. The bones are full of bones, constantly stimulating the spirit of Hyuga Function. Hyuga Function instantly fell into a great fear, and instinctively wanted to escape from the fantasy space, but something that made him even more afraid happened. No matter how he escaped, this fantasy space was like a fan of gongyi, unable to escape at all, always caught in an infinite loop. This is the power of Chen's self-created ninjutsu after combining the two ninjutsus of Hell Viewing Technique and Fox Heart Technique. This demonic illusion forms a huge labyrinth of hell that Hyuga can't leave at all. These two ordinary demonic illusions, after being created by Chen themselves, exerted great power, turning corruption into magic, and even Jonin like Hyuga Function fell into demonic illusion for a while. Boy, your demonic illusion is very good. I didn't expect you to improve so quickly after opening 3 tomo, and now you can deal with ordinary Jonin with ease. The voice of the old Six Paths sounded, tisk tisk praising Chen. Chen created this nailing hell technique. The Six Paths Immortal also provided many suggestions, which was very helpful. Chen also nodded with satisfaction, and at the same time secretly laughed in his heart. Demonic illusion is good. Chen's current strength is actually not much stronger than Hyuga Function, but relying on the characteristics of demonic illusion can defeat the enemy. Demonic illusion has this advantage. The speed of solving battles is very fast. Even strong players of the same strength can decide the winner almost instantly in demonic illusion. Uchiha Itachi in the original, once against Deidara and once against Orochimaru, both ending the fight almost instantly. Hyuga Function was completely immersed in this art of Naruto hell, and could not break free at all. Hyuga Function's spirit gradually collapsed, and this demonic illusion is still going on. The swords and fires, the roar of evil spirits, and scenes like the underworld hell, impacted Hyuga Function's spirit, causing his spirit to fall into it and suffer from pain. After Chen became familiar with the demonic illusion used by Sharingan, the power was so terrifying. Finally, when Hyuga Function completely collapsed, Chen cancelled this demonic illusion. At this time, the real time only passed about 10 minutes. Escaping from the fantasy space, Hyuga Function's eyes were full of panic, and his whole body was soaked in sweat, as if he had just been drowned and fished out. Hyuga gasped, and completely lost his fighting power. He knelt directly on the ground, his eyes lost focus, and he was even trembling, apparently immersed in the demonic illusion space and unable to extricate himself. The other Anbu ninjas looked at each other. They probably knew what happened just now. It seems that Hyuga Function was cast demonic illusion by Chen, and was completely defeated in the demonic illusion space. With Byakugan's insight, he still has a strong resistance to ordinary demonic illusions, but the demonic illusion used by Chen launched quickly, and instantly put Hyuga Function in the demonic illusion labyrinth. In the illusion maze, the result is a direct defeat. Chen's Neiluo Hell technique is the superposition of two demonic illusions, and the effect is not as simple as 1 + 1, and the power is multiplied. Anbu's ninjas all gasped. Who would have thought this would happen? Originally everyone thought that Chen's chance of winning against Hyuga Function was very small. After all, Hyuga Function was very strong, and there was Byakugan Kekkei Genkei, but who would have thought that Hyuga Function didn't last long and was directly defeated by Chen? Looking at Chen again, although there is sweat on his face, it's too relaxed compared to Hyuga's troubled appearance. Unknowingly, Anbu's ninjas looked at Shang Chen with awe. Hyuga Function's strength is also in the middle and upper class among Anbu members, but it was solved by Chen, which made Anbu members have no respect for Chen's strength. There is a recognition. The most important thing is that Chen is only 9 years old now. Thinking of this age, the members of Anbu shudder a little. Too strong, it really is the genius of the Uchiha family, and that's right, those rumors in the village are true. No, Uchiha Chen, even stronger than rumored. This is the perception and opinion of all Anbu members. Chen's Sharingan can clearly see everyone's expressions in Anbu. His face is calm, but he secretly laughs in his heart. Demonic illusion is so good. Even if the strength is close, it can be instant kill. if you use ninjutsu Chenya it takes a long time to solve this Hyuga wind, but demonic illusion is completely different. Once you hit demonic illusion, you can't break free, and it is basically the ending of being killed in seconds. Even if the strength difference between Chen and Hyuga function is not too big, the ending is doomed. Defeat Hyuga Windy Day. This result shocked everyone. For a while, there was no sound around, only Hyuga function knelt in front of Chen, with his head lowered, looking lost. Konoha White Fang was also a little surprised, looked at Chen in surprise, and announced the result: Uchiha Chen won this competition. Chen smiled, "Thank you." Then turned to Hyuga function. "Hyuga function, according to the agreement, you should quit Anbu." Hyuga function's eyes were lost, and he glanced at Chen in fear after hearing the words. He was already extremely afraid of Chen. Facing Chen's words, he could only nod his head in agreement, and he didn't even dare to say anything. Dash 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 dash. Trouble everyone support *tilde for support. Also, I don't know where it came from that Byakugan won't be in demonic illusion. Just kidding, did Yakumo's demonic illusion Hinata win? Infinite Tsukuyomi is demonic illusion too, right? Won't Byakugan get hit? What if Byakugan didn't hit demonic illusion? Byakugan is just easier to see through. Sharingan, Mangekyo, and Eternal City are in demonic illusion, but Byakugan still has a bug. Byakugan's function is to see through zero, telephoto, 360-degree perspective, see chakra flow, etc. YY said Byakugan won't be hit by demonic illusion, and the ultimate big move, Infinite Tsukuyomi, is already crying in the toilet. 38 Leeway. Ask for a reward. Hyuga function looked at Chen and didn't dare to speak. After a long while, he finally spoke. I know, I'll quit Anbu. Hyuga function had completely collapsed, and he didn't even have the courage to look into Chen's eyes, so he gave a nonchalant answer. Chen was satisfied. It seemed that he was using this demonic illusion's technique of falling into hell for the first time, and he was very satisfied with its power. Two ordinary demonic illusions turned corrupt into magic under Chen's own creation, and turned into a powerful A-order demonic illusion. Very good. Chen didn't look at Hyuga function, who was kneeling on the ground. After this time, Hyuga function's spirit has been completely defeated by this demonic illusion, which must have left an indelible impression in Hyuga function's heart. When Hyuga function faced Shengchen again, there was already an instinctive fear in his heart. If Hyuga function and Chen fight again, Chen will definitely win very easily. Boy, you demonic illusion is a bit ruthless. I'm afraid that the Hyuga family will detour when they see you in the future. A mortal six paths sounded in Chen's heart. Chen pouted. If he hadn't taken the initiative to provoke me, how could I have done it? Chen didn't feel that he had done too much. This Hyuga function took the initiative to provoke him. If Chen's strength was not enough, it would fall into Hyuga function's hands. It's not going to be any better. The Six Paths Immortal stopped talking. Although the Six Paths old man was kind, he was not pedantic. It would be stupid if others tried to kill you without fighting back. Since the two of you made a bet before, we will not interfere. Hyuga function, please explain the situation to Lord Hokage yourself. Konoha White Fang said lightly. Yes. Hyuga function bit Kiba and nodded. After Hyuga function finished speaking, he bit Kiba and bowed to leave. Before leaving, he glanced at Chen in fear. After the battle just now, Hyuga function had no face to stay in Anbu. White Fang said, the matter is over for the time being. Chen and Minato will officially join Anbu from today. I am the leader of Anbu directly under Hokage. You can call me White Fang directly. Understood. Chen and Minato nodded. Other Anbu members looked at Chen and Minato with a little more sense of identity. After all, Chen's strength just now really shocked the rest of Anbu. This is also another purpose of Chen. When you first enter Anbu, you must stand up first. Now it seems that the effect is very obvious, and Chen is in a good mood. Just here today, disband. White Fang said. Yes. The members of Anbu all left quickly, each quickly leaving. Chen and Minato also left at the same time. Anbu acts like this, coming and going without a trace, like a shadow hidden in the darkness. Although it exists, it is difficult to distinguish. Chen, we are a member of Anbu. It's really exciting, but my strength is still much worse than yours, and I will work hard to improve my strength. The 3 generations of adults said that I have learned the Shunshu type of ninja. The talent of jutsu, ready to give me a ninjutsu scroll left by the 2nd generation Hokage-sama. Minato said with his fist clenched. A special ninjutsu of the instant body type. Isn't that the art of Hiraishin? Chen's heart moved. It seems that the 3 generations plan to cultivate Minato and let Minato start to learn the art of Hiraishin. Chen narrowed his eyes. The technique of Hiraishin is indeed a very powerful ninjutsu. If Minato learns it, his strength will definitely improve a lot. However, Chen is not worried that Minato's strength will surpass himself. Hiraishin is actually quite similar to the telekinesis. Of course, the use of Hiraishin is far more powerful than the general telekinesis. But even so, Chen doesn't feel that Minato can surpass himself. Minato is improving, and he is improving faster. And Hiraishin, an S-rank ninjutsu, is not so easy to learn, otherwise Konoha would not be the only 2nd generation to know Hiraishin after so many years. With Minato's current age and talent, it would take at least a few years for him to become a complete master Hiraishin, and by that time his confidence in Mangekyo would have opened his eyes. Minato, please improve your strength, I look forward to your progress. Chen smiled. Okay, I'll have to try again with you then. Of course, you can't cry when you're beaten into a pig's head by me. No way, am I so weak? Yes. Tatsu and Minato went home separately, and Tatsu also returned to Uchiha's clan. As soon as he entered the door, Chen went to the room where Uchiha Ming was. Uchiha knew that Chen joined Anbu, but Chen also did not hide it from him. Uchiha Ming is also very supportive of Chen's entry into Anbu. Uchiha's family has always been in a somewhat awkward position in Konoha. Now that Chen joins Anbu, maybe it will bring a turning point. This is Uchiha Ming's idea. If Chen knew what Uchiha was thinking, he would definitely think that Uchiha was too idealistic. Except for a few people such as the 3rd generation Hokage Sarutobi, the current Konoha executives still have deep prejudice and hostility towards Uchiha. Chenjiang told Uchiha Ming about what he had taught Hyuga function in Anbu today. Uchiha Ming laughed happily after hearing this, and said smoothly, good lesson. Some people in the Hyuga family always have their eyes above the top and feel that they are amazing. No, give them some color to see if we really think we have no one in the Uchiha family. Quote. Chen also smiled slightly, only to think that Uchiha Ming, the head of the family, was unexpectedly very appetizing to him. Chen, come to me if you have any difficulties. If the Hyuga family dares to trouble you again in the future, let me know. Uchiha said. Understood, Patriarch. Chen nodded and smiled. Chen was a little surprised. Under Konoha's exclusion and speculation, the atmosphere of Uchiha's family was unprecedentedly united, and Uchiha was also very kind to him. In such a united environment, it is no wonder that the Uchiha family was able to organize a mutiny later, but unfortunately the power was too weak, and they were tragically destroyed. You are joining Anbu now. Pay more attention to Anbu's movements. Our Uchiha family needs an elite genius like you. Uchiha patted Chen's shoulder and said, it's a war now, and you have to improve your strength quickly. Well, thank you Patriarch for reminding me. Chen nodded. Uchiha waved his hand with a smile. Go and play with Makoto. This girl Makoto is the 10-10 clamoring for you. I really envy you young people. Chen coughed, but saw Uchiha Ming still chattering. Well, in order to maintain the purity of blood, our Uchiha family usually marry women from distant relatives in the clan. Makoto and you are just right. It's a pity that you are young now. Okay, but you might as well decide to get married first. Chen was getting up, but when he heard this, his feet slipped and he almost stumbled and fell. Looking at Uchiha's serious contemplation with a speechless face, Chen felt a sigh of relief in his heart. Is this really the majestic Uchiha of the past? This style of painting is obviously wrong. Is this someone pretending to be dash 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 39 Konoha double star. For flowers, for everything. Kid Chen, I know what that girl Makoto thinks. She likes to pester you since she was a child. It would be a good ending if the two of you become a couple. But I heard that you are quite popular. There is a girl named Uzumaki Kushina. The little girl has always been by your side, right? Uchiha asked with a smile. Chen turned over Byakugan, the more and more he felt that the style of painting was wrong. A dignified head of the Uchiha family, how could he still have such an 8 trigrams side? Someone else must be pretending. Ah, the master. I think it's better to settle the matter between you and Makoto first. As for the little girl named Uzumaki Kushina, it's not a problem if you like it. Uchiha smiled. Chen was very speechless, but he didn't object at all in his heart. Chen is also very fond of Makoto, and he also vaguely understands Makoto's feelings for Chen. From Chen's point of view, Makoto has a cute personality, beautiful and gentle, and of course he likes it very much. Chen and Makoto are distant relatives, and the blood of the two is thin, so they can get married completely. Don't worry, I didn't ask you to get married right away, it's just a decision. The two of us know about this matter. When you and Makoto are older, I'll announce it. Is there any problem? Uchiha said. Then I would like to thank the patriarch. Chen no longer hesitated. Chen suddenly thought of something and said, is there any problem with Fugaku? Chen knew that Uchiha Fugaku was somewhat careful about Makoto, but now it seems that Uchiha Fugaku has no objection. Uchiha said, Fugaku is much older than you, and he is almost at the age to consider marriage. It just so happens that there is a little girl named Uchihayu in the clan. I have already made the decision. Chen silently mourned for Uchiha Fugaku for 3 seconds. The poor child was actually arranged in an arranged marriage. It seems that because of his appearance, Uchiha Fugaku's wife is someone else. Okay, let's go first. The war has been getting more and more tense recently, and I'm afraid you won't be able to spare any time in Anbu. Maybe even I have to go to the battlefield myself. Uchiha said to himself. Chen's heart moved. It seems that the influence of the war has been getting bigger and bigger. Uchiha Ming, as the head of the Uchiha family, can't help but go to the battlefield in person. Yes, I see. Chen exited the room in a good mood. Brother Chen. At this time, Chen heard a familiar voice. The voice was clear, it was Makoto. Makoto stood in front of Chen pretty, looking at Chen with bright eyes, and said, Brother Chen is back from Anbu on the first day, right? How do you feel? It's not bad, it's more interesting than I thought. Chen thought of Hyuga function and couldn't help but smile. Chen looked at Makoto, and now he looked at Makoto with a slightly different feeling. After all, Uchiha Ming personally promised the relationship between the two just now. Makoto blinked his eyes and said curiously, Brother Chen, what did the master tell you just now? Well, he said he was going to marry you to me. Makoto's face was swiped and Yuhi was exposed, just like a Yuhi apple. Yuhi's small face looked extraordinarily cute. He quickly glared at Chen and said, Brother Chen, Chen likes to joke. Bad guys. Makoto pouted and looked puffed up, but he was actually hiding his shyness. Chen was speechless, he was telling the truth. By the way, I specially made octopus balls for Brother Chen today, would you like to try it? Makoto asked expectantly. Chen nodded with a smile, and readily agreed. Okay, I'm worried that I don't have anything to eat. I'm hungry after a busy day today. Yeah, Makoto took out the food, full of color and flavor. Makoto's cooking skills are beyond words. Chen took a sip, but couldn't stop at all. After eating, Chen continued to practice ninjutsu and seized all the time. Chen has already mastered most of the Kaden fire style in the Uchiha family, but he is still not satisfied. Learning Kaden fire style alone is not an advantage. Chen himself has 4 types of chakra, so he also learned some other ninjutsu under the guidance of the 6 Paths Immortal. Time passed so fast. In the blink of an eye, it has been 3 months since Tatsu and Minato joined Anbu. During these 3 months, Tatsu and Minato performed Anbu's missions 5 times in total, all of which were done well. The news that Chen and Minato killed Jonin in a megacure village gradually spread to other countries, and they are also well known in other countries, knowing that Konoha has 2 more teenage geniuses. In Konoha village also refer to Tatsu and Minato as Konoha's twin stars. The members of the Uchiha family were somewhat dissatisfied with this title. In their eyes, Chen was much more powerful than Minato, but Chen was the pride of Uchiha, and the two could not be compared at all. During this period of time, Chen's small life was still quite nourishing. Although Anbu had a lot of tasks, it was very comfortable to have Makoto and Kushina with him in his spare time. Since this time, Chen has made great progress, and his strength has far surpassed that of ordinary Jonin and is close to the elite Jonin. Minato, on the other hand, is a little worse than Chen, only to the extent that it is close to ordinary Jonin. However, Minato also began to learn the art of Hiraishin initially, and progressed very quickly, and often practiced with Chen. This day was also the same. Early in the morning, Minato found Chen excitedly. "Chen, let's fight again, I've learned a lot about Hiraishin recently." Minato started to learn Hiraishin, although he just learned Fur, but want to try the power. "No rush, I'm having breakfast." Chen turned to Byakugan. In fact, Minato came at an untimely time. Chen was having breakfast with Kushina and Makoto. This guy Minato really can't pick the time. "Okay, then I'll wait for you to finish," Minato said. Chen was speechless. Minato was actually watching Chen and Kushina and Makoto eat breakfast, without any awareness of light bulbs. Chen reluctantly finished eating, and Kushina and Makoto blinked, looking forward to the next battle between Chen and Minato. After a quick breakfast, Chen found an open space and prepared to fight Minato. 40 still can't beat me. Tatsu and Minato stand on both sides, while Kushina and Makoto watch the battle. "Brother Chen, come on." Makoto made no secret of his support for Chen, and Kushina also made a cheer gesture at Chen, causing Minato to smile bitterly. "This guy Chen is really popular with girls." "Minato, let's get started." Chen nodded slightly at Kushina and Makoto, then said, "Yeah." Namikaze Minato also got serious. Chen and Minato both started at the same time, and quickly began to move. Kaden fire style, great fireball jutsu. Chen hand seal, spit out a mouthful of flame, a huge fireball swept in, and the high temperature burned, as if the air was scorched and twisted, and the strong flame made Namikaze Minato feel pressure. "What a powerful grand fireball, much more powerful than my master's great fireball jutsu." Makoto's eyes flashed brightly. It's just AC rank Kaden fire style, and Chen actually exerted such a powerful force in Chen's hands. Chen's progress in this period is really too fast. This thought flashed in Namikaze Minato's mind. And he kept holding it. Futon wind style, the art of wind cutting. A hurricane hit, like a sharp blade, cutting Kaden fire style. Chen's grand fireball was broken open by the wind cutting technique. The fire spread along, burning the ground, and a pungent scorched black smell came out. However, Minato also cut the great fireball jutsu open to avoid burns. Minato breathed a sigh of relief, chakra surged, and shouted, "The art of Hiraishin." I saw was a row of kunai in Minato's hand. All of these kunai were specially made, with the mark of Hiraishin's spell on them, which was specially used for Hiraishin. Minato is only at the stage of the preliminary master Hiraishin, and he can't leave the Hiraishin spell on the enemy's body like in the original book. Currently, Minato can only use the Hiraishin spell on Kunwu to move, but that's not bad. Minato quickly threw these specially made kunai, and there were a dozen kunai scattered around, so that Minato could use the Hiraishin move to deal with Chen at any time. Chen squinted his eyes. He was familiar with the original work and knew how powerful Hiraishin was, but no matter how powerful ninjutsu was, he could also crack it. At least Chen now had a way to deal with Hiraishin. The art of Hiraishin. Minato's figure flashed, and he moved to the side of a kunai behind Chen, and then he turned his hand and stabbed at Chen. Seeing that he was about to stab Zongchen, he heard the sound of quack quack. Chen's body instantly turned into a crow and disappeared. Crow clone. Minato frowned. He knew that this was Chen's crow clone, and he secretly thought that this would be troublesome. With a demonic illusion like a crow clone, it would be very difficult for him to attack. No wonder Chen was still at ease in the face of those Jonin. Minato smiled bitterly in his heart, and finally understood what it was like for those opponents to face Chen. The art of Hiraishin. Minato used Hiraishin again, and once again instantly reached Kuna's side, ready to attack Chen again. Minato approached Chen, and the kunai in his hand was about to touch Chen's body, but at this moment, Chen's body suddenly exploded. No, it's a clone again. Minato suddenly realized that he was fooled. This is Chen's clone again, and this clone is different from the normal crow clone. This is Shadow clone, and Chen was able to control the avatar and let the avatar explode directly. Minato immediately defended and evaded, but was still affected by the explosion. His ninja suit was tattered, and he also had some wounds on his body, which was very embarrassing. Minato, this ninjutsu of mine is called Clone Blast, what do you think? Chen's body was revealed, and he said lightly. The clone explosion is also the same rank ninjutsu, which is the ninjutsu used by Uchiha Itachi in the original book. The power of this ninjutsu is very strong, and the use of clones to explode, the enemy will easily be killed if they are negligent. This ninjutsu was also learned by Chen recently. With the guidance of the Six Paths Immortal, Chen also made rapid progress. If it wasn't for Chen Lu's hand just now, Minato would have been seriously injured if he didn't die. As expected of Chen, Minato sighed, but did not lose heart. Is it even better? Chen said with a smile. Minato was a little unconvinced. My Hiraishin has the effect of high-speed movement. Chen, you may not be able to crack my Hiraishin now, right? Really? Chen smiled, and then only saw him split out a dozen shadow clones, each of which happened to be guarding Minato's special kuwu. Chen smiled and said, these clones of me, each of them being able to explode under my control, as long as you stay by your kunai side, you are useless even if you have Hiraishin. Minato suddenly smiled bitterly, thinking of the power of the clone's explosion just now, and still having lingering fears. Okay, I lost. Minato finally conceded. Chen Wenyan put away his avatar. In fact, Minato's Hiraishin technique is really good. But Hiraishin has a weakness, that is, the attack ability is too weak, so in the original work, Minato invented Rasengan, a ninjutsu, and used it with Hiraishin. But now Minato doesn't know Rasengan, and his strength is far less powerful than in the original work, so he will be able to crack Hiraishin by Chen. Although Hiraishin is powerful, there is also a way to solve it. Chen has the instant body and the crow clone, so he has an advantage against Minato. What a great fight. Brother Chen's avatar technique just now is really amazing. Kushina and Makoto both came up to greet him and said in succession. Makoto gently wiped the sweat that didn't exist on Chen's face, making Minato a little envious. Minato, you are now close to Jonin in strength, which is not bad. Chen said with a smile. Minato nodded. Finally, I haven't been overtaken by you too much. Perhaps due to the pressure brought by Chen, Minato's growth was also very rapid. Although he was not as good as Chen, he was also ranked second among his peers. Chen, Minato, you are here. At this time, a voice came. Chen and Minato took a look and saw that an Anbu member with an animal mask appeared in front of them. This person was White Fang with a mask. Captain, Minato said quickly. White Fang is currently the captain of Anbu, and usually takes good care of Tatsu and Minato, so both Tatsu and Minato treat him with courtesy. Well, there is a new mission. You and I will meet Lord Hokage. White Fang said solemnly. New task. Chen's heart moved, looking at White Fang's posture. It seemed to be a very important task, otherwise White Fang would not have come to find Chen and Minato in person. Dash 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 dash.